mortgage, car payments, and all the other bills. Even things like our annual summer vacation would be out of reach. I had heard about life insurance through Ethos and how easy it was to get coverage. They were right. I knew it was time to stop putting it off and get life insurance right now. I got on my computer and went to ethoslife.com. In just 10 minutes, I was covered. And boom, family protected. Thanks to Ethos, my family won't have to worry about the bills if the unpredictable happens to me.
Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's GETETHOS.com.
It's Raymond in Austin. We're back on All Star Sports Radio, celebrating their 30th year. Our sportsbook and casino sponsor, BetUS.com, is going big.
That's right, Austin. Sports bettors can win a new truck, get the industry's biggest 125% sign-up bonus, and even get up to 30 risk-free bets.
Touchdown. BetUS also has a 150% casino sign-up bonus.
Blackjack, now you're talking, Austin. They also have live dealers and live betting on sports, including racetrack.
Get started today at BetUS.com, where the game begins.
The new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium is here. Switch to my plan from Verizon at your local store today, and you'll get the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro on us with unlimited ultimate when you trade in any iPhone, any model, any condition, guaranteed. Yep, even the old phone in your pocket right now. It's your Verizon. $999.99, 128 gigabyte only. Device payment purchase or full retail purchase with new smartphone line on unlimited ultimate plan required. Less $1,000 trade-in or promo credit applied over 36 months. Promo credit ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. 0% APR.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-452-5050. That's 1-800-452-5050. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-452-5050. That's 1-800-452-5050.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Greg Clark Automotive trains certified technicians located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue, servicing Valley automobiles 44 summers now, offering our summer cooling system inspection diagnosis on the belts, water pump, radiator, and hoses. Every air conditioning service includes a dye injection to find leaks. Contact us today at 602-246-2881. And online at gregclarkautomotive.com. Mention 1580 and get 10% off of labor.
KQFN AM Tempe, K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM, K240 EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM. Listen to Jim Rome and the Jungle, weekday mid-mornings on 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic, live from the Harmon Solar Studios.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Friday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room. Ralph from Harmon Solar is with us. You guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. I still can't get over that you're wearing the jersey without a T-shirt under it. Is it just me?
It's not scratchy or itchy, and just to put it out there right off the bat, I'm still bitchy. So,
all right, okay. So Ralph's wearing a jersey right now, and he's got no shirt on underneath it. You guys ever do that? Do you ever just wear the jersey with nothing under it? I feel like it just. I tried it once because it was kind of warm out, and I was just like, no, hell no, it's too itchy.
When your muscles are really big like mine, it's tough because you put undershirts on and things won't fit. So.
Right. Because you're fat?
Right, kind of.
No, okay. I don't know. I mean, look, Ralph is having a hard day. His wife asked him how many lovers he'd been with, but he probably should have stopped when he got to her. It's been a day. Anyway, so listen, we got a lot of stuff to do today. We're going to talk to Junior Brown, the in-house capper for BetUS here in a little bit. Got some gambling questions. I do have a gambling question. I'm going to ask you guys this question, but then we're going to ask him, do you remember
Take the over.
your first bet professionally? Not like when you were a kid and you bet somebody that, I bet I could jump that ramp. I'm talking about your first professional legal bet, whether you went to a horse track or whether it was with FanDuel or DraftKings or whatever. Do you remember the first bet you ever made? Yeah, you do, Ralph? What was it?
It was at Santa Anita. My dad was big into racing, so I learned how to read the paper when I was like 5, the horse paper, and I bet on a horse named Fawn Hoof that won the race.
Oh, that's awesome. How much you make?
I mean, I bet $2. I think I got $15 back.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Randy, do you remember yours?
I don't remember the exact bet, but it was on FanDuel.
Okay. I remember mine. It was pretty good. You guys will remember this too. We just had started and I was like, it's some golf thing. It might have been the
Phoenix Open.
Was it the Phoenix Open?
It was the Phoenix Open.
Yeah. And I wanted to bet one guy, but I accidentally
Xander Schauffele.
Or I wanted Schauffele, but I accidentally bet Scheffler. And then I accidentally won a nice, humongous chunk of money because the odds were pretty good there. So I accidentally won a bunch of money the first time I ever bet. After that, it's just been downhill. How about you, Keon?
Yeah, I bet White Sox Padres, just random summer because it just became legal in Tennessee. So I opened up I think it was the DraftKings, whatever, placed the bet, lost the bet immediately. So
okay,
not exactly I was not going to be the person that was going to get addicted to sports betting.
Well, that's interesting because we won our bets and, we're just sort of casual bettors. You lost and you continue to be a regular.
Because the key is to figure out the things I actually know to bet. So I stick with football and basketball and I leave everything else alone.
Fish Tank says jersey with no undershirt. That's like that serial killer status right there. Yeah, I think so too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see you and it's
like going commando with button fly 501s.
There'd be nothing like spearing a Dolphins fan right now. So
you're going to spear a fan?
Sure.
You should have said there's nothing like spearing a dolphin. And then you just made Fish Tank's point. Ralph is watching too much Dexter right now.
Patrick Bateman in American Psycho.
Mr. Wilbur says, "Hi boys, double shot of whiskey, please, Randy. Got a question of the day. Why are 49er fans such jerks?" Well, that's a good question. Yeah, and we've run into this quite a few times ourselves. Remember, guys, there was a time where the 49er fans were just completely, just relentlessly obnoxious, and then they got quiet.
Yeah,
they got quiet for a certain amount of time, and it's just now they're starting to trickle back in and get obnoxious. I don't know what triggers them. Maybe it's Brock Purdy and that team being pretty good.
Could be. Yeah.
At least they're not like Vikings fans who are like talking crap even when their team is horrible. You know what I'm saying? When the 49ers are bad, they're quiet. When the 49ers are kind of good, they're loud. With the Viking fans are always talking nonsense.
Like I don't know. Donnie the other day, he's like, "When does basketball start so I can watch the Timberwolves after the Vikings' latest loss?" So
why would you want to do that to yourself?
Well, because the Timberwolves are actually going to maybe not make him suffer in the regular season.
Well, he's still got postseason baseball. The Twinkies are still in it.
That's true.
The thing is, what have they done? Every other team that will come across them has improved. I don't know that the Timberwolves have. By the way, today is National Coffee Day. And if you want to find a way to get a free cup of coffee today, I know it's kind of late in the day for coffee, but CNET.com put together a list. Krispy Kreme's giving out free cups of coffee. Ooh. No purchase necessary. If you like their coffee, you get a free medium or iced. Dunkin', free medium cup with any purchase. Of course, that's rewards members.
Here's a Dunkin' right down the street here.
Circle K is giving out free coffee through their app. Pilot Flying J truck stops, and also coffee, bean, and tea leaf. So just go to cnet.com. You can find that. But so, yeah, if you like the coffee, today is National Coffee Day. Also, they got Tupac's Killer Day. Did you see that? They arrested a guy connected to the 1996 killing of Tupac Shakur. He was only able to release 11 more albums after that, but yeah, I mean, it would have been more had he not been murdered. So here's the thing: this guy.
He had a lot. He had a lot in the can, ready to go.
And the holograph.
Untimely demise. So,
this guy here, he admitted he was in the car in the past. And so I don't know what it is. I don't know what new piece of information came to light, because he was like, he admitted he was there. And he was in the Cadillac and all these things. And I don't know, just why did it take so long? Why would it take this many years, 27 years later, for them to be like, I think maybe we should talk to this guy? You know what I mean? I mean, he should have been arrested 27 years ago.
Isn't there a statute of limitations on this stuff?
Not on murder.
Not on murder. So
because that's why they've got the cold case departments and all that stuff. Because
so purely you can do that. You just can't do double jeopardy. Okay.
This thing was like ice cold. This had freezer burn. That's how cold it was. But so yeah, I guess they went to his house. They got his cell phone, his computers, his hard drives. They found some .40 caliber bullets, a couple of tubs with photographs, and then this is the funniest part, and a copy of his 2019 tell-all memoir, Compton Street Legend, which he talks about how he was in the car. I don't think they were taking this thing very seriously. I think what you had was a couple of cops who were like, what do you want to do today? Should we go ahead and do that Tupac thing? Yeah, okay. We've been putting it off for 27 years. I guess so.
He still has all the evidence in his place that they can go and find, the bullets and all of that. Like, he still has it.
Yeah, he says in that memoir, he was a front seat of the Cadillac and had slipped the weapon used in the killing into the back seat, and then that was somebody in the back seat did the shooting, is what he said. So here's the thing: if you're like, all right, you said you were in there, you better tell us who these sons of bitches are, or you're going down for this. You're going down for this. And but the thing is, that should have been done a long time ago. I don't know. I don't know the hell is wrong with the police in Vegas, but at least finally now. We know nothing.
Well, they're a little busy in Vegas. Got a few things going on in Vegas.
Like what?
Oh, I mean,
27 years.
Like gambling mob. Dancing
mob
girl
violence.
Thing. Yeah. I mean, a couple things going on.
I feel like you hire a couple guys, and this thing would have been sorted.
Apparently, that's what happened. Somebody hired a couple of guys. And
I don't mean those kind of guys.
Oh, I see. All right.
It's just that if you're in a certain line of business, you get to write a tell-all memoir. You're Meryl Streep, you get to do that.
Yeah.
If you are a murderer, you do not write a tell-all memoir. What is happening?
If I did it, remember OJ wrote some books,
but he did it. He wrote that after he got away with murder.
Yeah, this guy didn't figure that out. I guess
you gotta get away with it first before you write it.
Probably thought he had. Probably thought they're.
I mean, that's a good point. After 27 years,
right? The Jet says he wrote it into his autobiography. He came out and said that he pulled the trigger. Wait, he said it in the autobiography, or he just said it like after it was written? He leaned over, is like, "No, I did it." I think he's just trying to get people to think he was impressive.
He's probably on a podcast somewhere.
And he said, congratulations, he impressed the police all the way to jail.
I think this is the way the police are going to work to try to finally find out who the real shooter is, if it's not this guy. Outside of that, well, I don't know anything. So let's get back to doing what we do. What is it we do again? I don't know. I said it out loud, and now I'm struggling to come up with that. What are we doing?
A show, I think.
Talk about Chandler Jones. That's kind of depressing.
I mean, that's real depressing.
Yeah. Heavy Metal Maniac says it is sad to see what's happening to former Cardinal Chandler Jones getting arrested in Vegas. Domestic violence. How sad is that? You guys think he'll ever play in the NFL again? I know it's not even a concern. And by the way, was it domestic violence? I thought he got arrested for violating a protective order. I didn't know did he actually put hands on somebody?
It was a violating the protective order, but it was a protective order, I believe, as a result of domestic violence.
I see. So here, let's just break it down, the timeline real quick. Chandler Jones gets on the Instagram, starts crying, saying kind of crazy stuff, says Josh McDaniels had Aaron Hernandez killed in in a parking lot of a office hat or something. He's like that he didn't die from suicide in jail, and he just is like talking and saying all kind of crazy stuff, and people are like getting a little worried about him. He had just been on a 72-hour hold, and so now if he gets on Instagram and starts doing this, at the end of the 72 hours, they don't have to let you go. If you are crazy, they get to keep you. So I don't know how he talked his way out of it, because then he immediately gets on Instagram and shows everybody how crazy he is. And he calls McDaniels a cokehead. And he starts crying on this Instagram thing. And it's just, it was so crazy. Antonio Brown got worried about him and was like, I'm going to go see if he's okay. He was saying on social media, he's like, I'm going to go over there and, give him a visit. We'll see if he's okay. So if Antonio Brown is worried about you, you've gone off the deep end, my friend.
Because Antonio Brown is nuts, but Antonio Brown does not, present himself like a danger to himself and others. And I think that with Chandler Jones, close. He is on the line. Don't get me wrong. He is definitely on the line. But with Chandler Jones, so some of the stuff that he's saying, man, you're like, is this guy going to hurt somebody himself? Even it just, that's the part where it does get a little crazy with some of the stuff he was saying, because it genuinely seems kind of scary.
So then he gets arrested for violating this order. I don't have any information on how he violated it, or I think it's just maybe an excuse to get him into some sort of a custody to hopefully get him some help. The Raiders, of course, they're not saying anything about this other than nice things. And beyond that, well, it is a legal matter now. And the NFL is saying the same kind of thing, that nobody's going to talk about anything. Whatever it is, whether it's just mental illness or CTE that led to mental illness, either way, I hope this guy, sorts things out. We've had enough tragedy. But I'm going to be curious about the competency of the people who had him for 72 hours, let him go. Oh, no, I guess he's fine. He's fine. All right, good luck. Bye-bye.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if the standard is he dangerous, because I don't know that they can just keep him.
They can, if they determine that you are mentally ill after that 72 hours, they can keep you. And if you are a danger to yourself or others, and if he goes straight to Instagram right after being released, there's no way that they shouldn't have caught that he was in that level. You see what I'm saying? So this is a failing of the people who had him for 72 hours. That's the whole point of the 72 hours. So clearly he is a danger to himself at the very least. Average Joe says Antonio Brown presents a danger to those around swimming pools. That's for sure.
Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. He'll fight you.
No, I mean, that's not what he's talking about.
It's just
yeah, we don't need to see that again.
No, we don't. No,
Pinocchio says, hey, fellas, I missed your picks yesterday. What chance did you give my Patriots of beating them Cowboys?
I give them a good chance, to be honest with you.
I don't think we did that one.
We didn't talk about that.
There is a solid
I'm checking my picks here. I picked Dallas.
Yeah, me too.
So Donnie says they literally solved Tupac's murder before the Dallas Cowboys made another NFC championship game.
Wow.
Is that how we're marking the passage of time now?
It has been over 25 years.
Fair enough. Oh, poor Berg. Berg says, he says, breaking news, the opponent of the Phoenix Rising are flying Southwest Airlines on my flight right now to play the garbage Phoenix Rising. Stupid USL, he says. He says they're not even in the first group. Oh, he's judging them by when they board.
Come on, man. These are not like very rich teams. They've got to get to their games how they got to get to their games.
Last Optimist says Ralph is going to rethink what he's doing there with that jersey once his nipples start bleeding.
Wow. No, they're pierced. I'm good.
And let's be honest,
I don't think
Ralph
that protects
would,
you, honestly.
Ralph would need to run for the nipples to bleed.
Good heavens.
That's just not happening.
There are just more images mentally that I have right now that I never cared to have.
You like that nipple ring thing, don't you?
I do not.
That's why the numbers are dark blue, so you start to bleed through the jersey. Fish Tank says, Ralph, I can see how watching the Seahawks every Sunday might make you want to kill someone. I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
I can too, actually.
Wilbur says, Ralph, tell the truth. Underneath that jersey, you have one of those 1981/2 shirts. What? What are you talking about, Wilbur? He's probably got a man bra on like Kyler Murray had on in practice.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
For data, right, Ralph?
Don't make
for
me
data.
rip this shirt off because I will.
Oh, dear God. We had a comedian do that once and dance in front of the camera for what seemed to be a really uncomfortably long time.
The way Keon's faces are right now, I'm getting ready to do it.
Oh, okay.
I would rather you not.
Yeah.
Right up there with Antonio Brown and swimming pools. I would rather all of you not. Just
I got a remote control button. I could just turn off that camera.
It's going to turn on, not off.
Stockton Slap says, I'm proud to say I still have my betting virginity. I bet that's not the only virginity he has.
Hello.
He says, I don't waste my money on betting sites like you degenerates. I wasted my money on cultured stuff like, OnlyFans.
Oh.
Yeah, culture.
Choices were made. Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, George. He says, well. Anytime you start a text like that, I don't want to read it anymore.
And Big George has started many texts like that.
Who's he firing now?
He wanted to fire somebody on the Padres. I'm like, why do you give a crap that guy got fired?
The Giants fired their guy, so go ahead.
Oh, the San Francisco Giants. You're right. That's who it was. Who would I say? The Padres?
Yeah.
They're all the same to me outside of that. Yeah. So he's upset the Diamondbacks did not clinch the playoff spot last night with the win against the White Sox.
So we do it tonight at home against the Astros. I mean, what a better way to do it.
Stuff happens.
Is he afraid of the Astros or something? I don't know.
Well, they are.
I just think he thinks that's the easier way to go.
I hope you sweep the Astros. I can't stand those jerks.
Yeah.
Well, nobody can.
That's the one thing where we all get kumbaya.
Yep.
The Jet says, I'm driving. Did Ralph lose a bet?
What? I don't lose bets.
Rough Rob says 2 more games till 200 wins. Go Dodgers. You didn't have 200 wins this season. What are you talking about? 200. What are you talking about, Rough Rob? Mr. Wilbur says, Ralph, tell the truth.
Okay, I always do, but go ahead.
You got a half shirt under the jersey, right?
Look, I have nothing.
Oh, no, he's showing us his nipples.
No.
I'm turning off the camera if you do that. Heavy Metal Maniac says, last weekend for Diamondbacks regular season. So thinking you guys are coming to the ballpark this weekend? Buy a beer from the beer man, huh? Can you guys play my ice cold beer sounder there, Randy? Cold beer. Yeah, listen for that voice, and you will find Heavy Metal Maniac still number 14 on his neon polo shirt, and he says, go Diamondbacks and let's get that win today and make the playoffs. Good luck to you, Heavy Metal Maniacs, and of course, good luck to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Donnie says, I'm a proud degenerate. I lost in a parlay last night thanks to my guy getting concussed. Who got concussed last night?
It's a hell of a way to go.
I'm sorry, who's your boyfriend? I can't, what he said his guy, so I'm really confused.
No one got concussed in that game, did they?
I don't know. 100 wins, fat finger problems. Oh, Rough Rob meant to say 100 wins.
Okay. Well, the 1 and 2 are next to each other on the keyboard there on the phone.
That's the name of a good book, Fat Finger Problems. I think that'd be a good book.
Could be.
Stockton Slap is wishing that Antonio Brown and Chandler Jones would start a podcast.
Wow.
Yeah, it would just on the picture, all you have is a dog that kind of turning its head like it's just heard a weird noise, because that's what everybody's be doing when they're trying to listen to that.
It would be interesting.
All right, listen, we got to take a break. We come back. We're going to talk to Junior Brown, in-house capper for Bet US, to get some gambling tips for the weekend, and also we got last night's football game to talk about. We have the Arizona Diamondbacks bunch of baseball to talk about. I don't think we should talk about Angel Hernandez. I mean, I'm sure we all know what happened. I'm sure we all saw the video of what happened with Bryce Harper. I think we won't say anything new. That's why we shouldn't talk about it, right?
We could talk about the thing. We could talk about how the kid ended up with the helmet.
That was nice, but he probably shouldn't have chucked a heavy batting helmet up into the crowd. Somebody's not paying attention. Oh God. Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about all that when we get back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. The best way to start betting smarter is to sign up for a free VSiN subscription at vsin.com/subscribe. That's vsin.com/subscribe.
Major League Baseball, the Arizona Diamondbacks vying for a wild card spot in the National League. We'll send Zach Gallen to the bump tonight against JP France of the Houston Astros. That game in Phoenix. The Diamondbacks minus a 1.5 plus 158 on the run line, while the Astros getting a 1.5 minus 192. On the money line, Houston plus 102, Arizona minus 120 with an over-under of 9.5. The over minus 104 and the under minus 118. NFL, the Arizona Cardinals will be in San Francisco to take on the 49ers Sunday. Arizona, a 14-point road underdog. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter code football at checkout. That's harrys.com, code football. Enjoy.
If you are an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits, the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
Section.
Hey, gang, sorry I'm late. The other surgery went a little longer than anticipated.
Nah, you haven't missed much.
Oh, good. What's this guy getting? A car?
He's selling his kidney to get a new HVAC system installed.
An overpriced HVAC system. This is like the third person this week.
So you think the hot weather's over? Not if your AC isn't keeping you cool. That's why thousands of Arizonans depend on Desert Diamond Air for 24/7 emergency service, to diagnostic checkups to full replacement. Desert Diamond specializes in both residential and commercial HVAC systems with competitive pricing and experience to service and repair all major AC brands. And with federal tax credits up to $2,000, it's a great time to replace your AC system. Go to desertdiamondair.com or call 602-609-7288. That's 602-609-7288. Or search Desert Diamond Air on your mobile phone today. Sunday morning, we welcome in October with a trip across the pond. Let's go, offense! Let's get this all going, man! The Falcons look to right their season against the Jacksonville team that also needs to win. The Jolly Old Eagle is in for a good old street brawl when the Jags take on the Falcons live from the UK Sunday at 6 a.m. Here we go, boys! On your home for the NFL, playoffs, and Super Bowl 58 live. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and joining us right now is Junior Brown, the in-house capper for BetUS. How you doing, Junior?
Pretty good. How are you guys feeling this week?
Doing all right. You know, before you came on, we had a little conversation, and we were kind of went around the room and said, "Do you remember your first actual legal bet? Not the one you have with a buddy, but like, if you went to an OTB, or if you went to a horse race, or if you actually did it with FanDuel, or you did it with BetUS, or if you did it with any one of those other things." And I was wondering if you could remember your first legit bet.
I wish I could, but it was way too long ago. But I'm a morbid type of guy, so I remember my first big loss.
All right.
I was probably too young to be betting, so don't follow my example. But when the Patriots lost to the greatest show on turf back in the day, the Patriots' first Super Bowl, I was on the wrong end of that. So that was my first gambling lesson that I remember.
Yeah, don't bet on cheaters. That's what you learned there.
Touche. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Hey, your phone is a little bit rough. I don't know if if you've got us on speaker or something, but if you can.
No, I've got headphones in, but let me take those out. Just
yeah, let's just go old school with the
is
phone.
That better?
Oh, that's 1,000,000% better.
Sorry about that.
These other guys are too nice. They'll just sit there and have a full-on conversation with somebody who sounds like, but I can't do it. So listen, Junior, the new NFL betting rules have come out, and they've gotten tougher in some ways and lax in other ways. And I didn't know if you wanted to comment on any of that.
I do not. No, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing about it. What they're saying is, they're reducing the punishment for people who bet at work. I'm just like, well, okay, if they're not supposed to be betting at work, then why are you changing, your punishment for stuff? But on the other thing, they are actually, making the penalties higher now against people who bet on their own team when they're out there gambling. But I guess that stuff is for that company to figure out for themselves. But
okay, so let me comment because I don't want to duck any question. I think what all of the leagues in the United States should do is just go over to the English Premier League, the biggest soccer league in the world, where they've been betting legally on soccer for like 60 years. And just see what they have in place. How complicated could that possibly be? Because, for example, a couple of different guys right now in England are suspended for gambling on their own teams. It seems pretty black and white to me, so I don't really know why the hubbub when there's already a model that's been in existence for over half a century. Like, what sense does that even make?
Yeah, and you as a professional gambler and an in-house capper for BetUS, you want everything to be on the up and up all the time, because that's part of the formula. Is that you're betting on what which is okay. How you feel about these players? What's the movement on that team? How's that defense doing? And when people start to come in and mess with the integrity of things, that messes with your bottom line too, doesn't it?
Of course. I mean, first of all, every single bettor and every single line maker, so the guys in Vegas that set the lines and those of us that bet on it, every single one of us is at an information deficit. So the more sketchy or murky the information, the less advantageous it is for every single person involved. Excuse me.
Which is why it makes it strange that the NFL would lessen the penalty for certain things rather than just try to make it something that you so much don't want to do to preserve the integrity of everybody else's bets.
Yeah, for the richest sports league in the world, they seem to trip over themselves with the simplest things. So they'll get it right eventually, though. It's still pretty new, so everyone's still feeling their way around. So I think they'll get it right eventually.
All right. Well, Junior Brown, what do you got for us this week? You got any good juicy ones for us? You got anything we should be looking at?
Well, I'm licking my wounds from last week. The Jags did not do me any favors. I think I gave that play out as part of a teaser where both the Jags and the Ravens lost. And actually, it's kind of a good thing for me as a bettor that I lost, not for my money, but as a reminder that I've been preaching since the week one to you guys that I don't like to lay points. And if I would have teased the underdogs, I would have been laughing. I would have won easily. So just a reminder that even when you're teasing, if you're laying points, it's still not a great proposition. So With that in mind, I'm a sucker for punishment. I'm going back to the well with the Jags, but this time I'm taking them on the regular spread. So Jags -3. My thinking here, just to be brief, the Jags are not as bad as they've seemed the last 2 weeks. I went back and watched their game this past week, and I've watched all their games. And the things that are going wrong for them are very easily correctable. Calvin Ridley's not going to keep dropping passes. They're not going to keep allowing fullbacks to run to the house on kick returns like they're Deion Sanders. They're going to clean up these little inconsistencies. And usually when I'm capping any game, I start with quarterback A versus quarterback B. I know Zach Wilson is getting all the press as if he's the worst starting quarterback in the league, which is possible. But in my opinion, the worst starting quarterback in the league plays for the Falcons, Desmond Ridder. So I'm taking Trevor Lawrence over Desmond Ridder. I'm taking the Jaguars to bounce back and right the ship.
Whenever you say he's not going to do something like Deion Sanders, you have to remember to clarify that for Deion Sanders in the past, because right now Deion Sanders is missing some toes and he ain't running nowhere.
Oh yeah, he's missing his big toe. I'm sorry, old school prime time for the Falcons, who used to high step from the 50-yard line.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I got to make sure that's clear. All right, so talk to me for a second about ASU versus Cal this weekend. It looks like overwhelmingly ASU is going to lose that game, at least according to the odds. How would you bet that game?
Well, you guys are what I'm going to say. I'm going to take points. I'm never going to lay points, right? So that's kind of where my starting point always. I'm going to take points before I lay them, and then work from there. And if I can't find a reason to back that team, which with ASU, no offense, it's rough. That being said, is Cal that good that you should be laying 12 points? I don't think so. I think the line, the last time I saw it, because college football is just so many games. I'm pretty sure the line is 12.5, if I'm not mistaken. You've got to take the points at 12.5. I understand Arizona is not giving you a reason to back it, but for those of you that are hard-headed and you feel like you have to bet this game, take the points. Do not lay points. Obviously, the ideal number you'd want to take points with is 14.5. So if you can get it that way, if you can buy points, whatever it is, fine. But if you have to bet it, do not lay that many points with a 2-2 team.
What do you have as far as odds for USC and Colorado? I've seen somewhere where USC is favored by 21.5 points. What is Bet US working right now?
Yeah, that's the magic number, 21.5. It's Colorado at 21.5. It's USC at 20.5 or less. That's the only way I can look at it. And I don't think Colorado has any chance of winning. But with their best player, no, Shedeur Sanders is not their best player. Hunter is their best player. And even if you think Shedeur is the best player, that's 1A, 1B situation, I think they'll be able to put up enough points as to where USC will have a comfortable lead in the second half. This Colorado front seven is horrendous against the run, so USC can run the ball in the second half, win the game probably by about a good, cool 14 to 17 points, and keep it moving.
All right. Well, give me some more college. Give me some more college info, man. Help me out, because we got to make some money here.
I don't bet much college. So the only other college look, again, surprise, surprise, I'm taking plus 26.5 with Northwestern. I don't make big college bets. I don't believe in investing big money on kids. I know some people will think that that's a ridiculous statement. That's good for you. I make money, and this is how I'm going to stick to the formula that works for me. When I used to bet college football a ton in the past, it was just not good to my pockets. But in this situation, my thinking with Northwestern is at home, I believe they're averaging 37.5 points a game. Yes, those teams are not as good as Penn State, clearly, who look like they could challenge Ohio State and Michigan for the Big Ten crown. But Penn State is a flawed team. They're not a perfect team, and I think Northwestern could put up enough points. Again, if Penn State is up 26-0 and Northwestern gets a field goal, I win my bet. You get what I'm saying? So I'm taking the points with the home team, who's scoring close to 40 a game at the house.
I got to tell you, Junior Brown, in-house capper for BetUS. I believe the children are our future. Lead them well. Let them. Anyway. All right, Keon, you have any betting questions for Junior Brown? Keon Rose is probably the most consistent gambler here on the Daily Blender, and I figure I'll give him a chance to ask you a betting question.
Yeah, I just because I generally do have a tendency to probably step into the wrong game usually. Is there a game on Sunday, NFL, that you look at that and you go, there's no way in hell I'm touching that game at all? What is the stay away game of the week for Junior Brown?
Ooh, stay away game.
Seahawks, Giants.
I think the stay away game for me is Cowboys Patriots. Cowboys should win that game, but the Patriots defense has been consistently good for the last couple of years, and this year's no exception. Now their offense stinks. But after what your boys did to Dallas last week, we also see that Dallas has their own flaws, right? So I think Dallas wins that game, but I don't see them covering a 7-point spread. So I would stay far away from that. And I would stay as far away as possible from Bengals Titans for the simple fact that I actually did a show this morning and they asked me, hey, are there any teams that you would never bet on? I was like, I haven't made a Tennessee Titans bet in at least 2 years, probably 3, because they're the most Jekyll and Hyde team that I can possibly think of. And with Joe Burrow's leg situation going on, you kind of don't know which version of the Titans you're going to see. You kind of don't even know which version of the Bengals you're going to see. So I wouldn't bet that with your money. Let me see it that way.
Junior Brown from BetUS, thanks so much for being here with us on your homemade cell phone. And any last tidbits before we let you go?
That was funny. Blame Costa Rica. I don't control the networks out here, but no.
Costa Rica.
The only other game that I love this week are the Browns. I know that Deshaun Watson's been in and out of the lineup, not really practicing much until today, et cetera, et cetera. I just think the Browns' defensive line is a dominant force. Myles Garrett is unstoppable. And he has help with Zadarius Smith. I'm sure I've already said this on this show at least once, if not twice. And it's been winning me money. I'm sticking to that. The Ravens look very uncomfortable in their new offense, and they have no deep threats. Zay Flowers is good, but Zay Flowers makes 6 moves to gain like 7 yards. Like it's not going to be enough against the Browns, who also have a good secondary to go with that defensive line. So I'm on the Brownies.
All right. And real quick, Donnie had a question. He says, do you stay away from a team you lost on the previous week? USC was scheduled to cream ASU and later didn't cover. I hate them. So he wants to know, do you stay away from a team you lost on the previous week?
I would say this, football, especially NFL, even though I just talked trash about the kids, I'll include college as well. Football is a much different sport to all the other sports. It's very matchup specific. So just because a team did something against team A doesn't mean they're going to go and do it against team X. So when you're capping your games and you're looking to make a bet, just look at the specific matchup. Now, obviously, you take into account everything that's going on with the team up to that point. But don't say just because they screwed you last week doesn't mean they're going to do it again this week, right?
Yeah, that could be a good or a bad thing if you think about it. Junior Brown, in-house capper for BetUS. Thanks for being with us. And I don't know, we never give out your social information, or do you just not want anybody to know where you? It sounds like you're hiding in Costa Rica, is what you said.
Unlike a lot of people that really actually do hide out in Costa Rica, like that's really a thing. I'm not one of those. I'm just not a big tweeter. I can't even remember my own handle, but it's probably just JR Brown with an E at the end.
Great.
But I will be actually pretty active because I'm going to be doing an NBA show starting in a couple of weeks. So I will be active on Twitter pretty soon. So I'll give it out next time.
Oh, cool. And in the future, I'm sure we'll have plenty of NBA to talk about. You have a great weekend, Junior. Thanks for being with us, man.
I appreciate it, guys. Good luck to all of you, and please bet responsibly.
There you go. Junior Brown from BetUS. And remember, this hour brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. BetUS celebrating 30 years with a special football season offer, up to 30 risk-free bets. It's called Bet Protect. Get started today at betus.com. We're going to take a break and we'll be back with more of the Daily Blender after this here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Back to school means back to early bedtimes.
But I'm not tired.
Fortunately, there's Pure Z's Kids, mindfully formulated to help your child fall asleep naturally when needed. Pure Z's Kids products are non-habit forming, drug-free, and available in liquid, chewable tablets, and gummies. Give them the rest to be their best. Bye, Mom! Pure Z's Kids, for ages 4 and up. Explore all Pure Z's Kids products at ZQuil.com.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
If you are an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits, the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
O'Reilly. Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Premium Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines to dissipate heat and friction and reduce wear. Get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select filter for just $33.99. Limit supply. See store for details. Get Syntec only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
If you're an agent or broker in group benefits, get ready to learn about an exciting and innovative new program to offer your clients. Eternal Benefit is now offering the first pre-planning program that's available as a payroll deduction and allows benefits for the entire family. Our pre-planning program can include coverage for yourself, your spouse, plus your immediate family, including parents, children, grandparents, and even aunts, uncles, and cousins. Looking for a great reason to contact your clients? This is it. No more meetings where you have nothing new to offer. Eternal Benefit plans lock in and provide for funeral and burial expenses regardless of price increases. Employees can now take care of their family member without pressure. Choose from hundreds of funeral homes and cemeteries. Plans are completely transferable. Even if your clients move to another state, the program pays some of the highest commissions in the group benefits area. Find out more. Go to eternalbenefit.com. That's eternalbenefit.com or call 602-315-2574. Eternalbenefit.com. That's eternalbenefit.com or call 602-315-2574.
The new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium is here. Switch to my plan from Verizon at your local store today, and you'll get the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro on us with unlimited ultimate when you trade in any iPhone, any model, any condition, guaranteed. Yep, even the old phone in your pocket right now. It's your Verizon. $999.99, 128 gigabyte only. Device payment purchase or full retail purchase with new smartphone line on unlimited ultimate plan required. Less $1,000 trade-in or promo credit applied over 36 months. Promo credit ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. 0% APR.
I'm here to tell you about a technological shocker. Believe it or not, you can listen to us on your smart speaker.
That's shocking.
Wow. What a world we live in. All you have to do is say, listen to 1580 The Fanatic.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Moist One says, you didn't ask Junior Brown if his coworkers kiss. What? I guess we'll save that for next week, Moist One. Pinocchio says, yeah. Patriots won that Super Bowl against the Rams that year. Hope he doesn't throw away that ticket. Take it easy, Pinocchio. Lost Toby is on the text line, 888-368-1580. And he sent me a picture of a rock. Okay, just going to move right on. Baker's Cocky Hen says, Fat Finger Problems. That sounds like a dirty movie. If you're, no, it doesn't. Fat Finger Problems?
What's dirty about that?
That sounds like a band name. Ladies and gentlemen, Fat Finger Problems. And all the guitar riffs are like, you can't, there's nothing like precise. You know.
You ever watch those shreds? Is it shreds on YouTube where they take popular songs and music videos and some other guy is playing the guitar in the background? It is absolutely hilarious.
Oh, wait, I've seen the ones where you got a band in a video, but they take out all the music.
Yeah.
And you hear
and some other guy's going in there and and he's playing like the guitar. Oh my God, it is so funny.
There are several versions of that.
Shreds.
The Jet says, can we put Ralph on Mondays? Mondays are kind of a downer, and Friday's supposed to be, all excited and fun. Not to mention, you guys usually get done early on Monday.
Wow. What a tool.
Dang.
Damn. Yeah. Hold on. Let me get my.
So note to self, be on every Friday. Got it.
Ralph, you really wanted her to be on every day.
Yeah, I might have to do that for a while just to really piss him off.
And just when you think we have no listeners left. All right, so let's talk about last night's game. Raise your hand if you picked the Lions. Me and Ralph picked the Lions.
Yeah, that was
Randy and Keon.
I did not.
No, I picked the Lions.
You didn't raise your hand.
No.
That was the whole thing. We just said raise your hand.
You picked the Lions. I thought you said you were taking the Packers.
The Lions.
Anyway, so it was no huge surprise that the Lions won, and except for when you see Goff, just a picture of Goff at all, and you lose all confidence. Just has this sort of dopey look on his face all the time. And I was sitting there, and it did perk my ears up when I heard Ryan Fitzpatrick refer to him as a poor man's Matt Ryan. And I was just like, it took me a second. I'm like, that's not, wow, that's going to come back to haunt him. And literally, it came back to haunt him after the game. Jared Goff comes up on the stage there and sits down and kind of turns to Ryan Fitzpatrick. It was like, yeah, poor man's Ryan, Matt Ryan, huh? All right. And you had to eat it. But after that interception, Jared Goff played like you would love to have him as your fantasy football quarterback.
Yeah.
But they both have been winning. Like, okay, so Matt Ryan won a lot of games, went to a Super Bowl, lost to the Patriots. Jared Goff has won a lot of games, went to a Super Bowl and lost to the Patriots. Is Ryan Fitzpatrick actually incorrect?
He's not a poor man's anything. I mean, neither are a poor man's anything. I mean, if they didn't end their career, of course, if Jared Goff ended his now, but what I'm saying, from start to finish, it wouldn't be a poor man's anything. I feel like that, there might be frustration around playoff time, but in general, these are winning quarterbacks. I mean, Jared Goff just seems good. Remember, again, the guy who doesn't know which side of the sky the sun comes up in.
I think,
but
when
as far as throwing the ball, he's been a pretty good quarterback.
He has been a pretty good quarterback, but I don't think that Ryan Fitzpatrick is that far off. Like Matt Ryan at his peak was an MVP of the league. I don't know that Jared Goff is that. Yeah. He's good. He's good. I'm not going to, hate on the guy, but he's not that.
I think the poor man's comment was probably like, yeah, that doesn't really work here.
Yeah, it just sounds worse than it is. I don't think Ryan Fitzpatrick meant that he's a bad quarterback as a result of that. Because if you're a poor man's version of a really good quarterback, that you could still be a good quarterback in your own right.
How old's Goff? Isn't Goff in his late 20s?
Yeah, he's just about 30, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he's still got probably some of his best years ahead of him. So.
Yeah. Do I think he's going to win a Super Bowl?
He's 28.
Good.
Not
good. I mean, it's possible.
I mean, he's already been to one.
The fact that he's a Lion makes it tough, but it's possible.
Yeah, it's very tough. So anyway, so last night, interception from Jared Goff was then followed by David Montgomery going 8 bleep. I had him on the bench in one of the other leagues, but it's a league where I've got Chris McCaffrey and
okay, so you'll be
yeah.
You'll be okay.
It sucks. I missed out on 37 points, and if hopefully. Anybody who is listening, because originally, remember when we came on air, we had conflicting information. Some sources were saying he was going to play, other sources said he wasn't, and the whole thing made me very twitchy to where I don't know if I would have trusted him, if I'd had him in the Premier League. But that's the one thing that Engel said, the fantasy football king. He did say, if that's your best player, you don't worry about how injured they are or recovering. If they're ready to play, they say they're ready to play, put them in. That's what you do. And that's what I guess everybody with David Montgomery should have done. So hopefully nobody got burned on that. And hopefully nobody got burned on conflicting bad information from this show. But David Montgomery, 3 touchdowns, just killed it. No, Big George, he did not advise us to not start Montgomery. He may have advised certain people who had better choices, more certain choices, to pick them over David Montgomery, but he never said don't start him. In fact, he said the opposite. I just explained it to you. I mean, that's not just my imagination.
No,
you guys were here too, right?
He literally said that. And the explanation about, if I tell you to bench a guy, I don't mean that as advice for everybody. It's just with your specific. He even said that
context.
Part. So
context is very important.
Well, I mean, don't look now, but the Lions are 3-1 in this young early season, and they have beaten teams like the Kansas City Chiefs. They lost by only 6 points to the Sea Chickens. They beat the Packers. They take up Panthers next. These guys could rip off a whole bunch of games here by the time it's playoff time and really be sitting in a good position. I think the NFC North goes through Detroit this year.
When can I look, Randy? You said don't look now, so now I don't know when I can look.
Well, probably like December 31st, you can look.
Yeah, but I got these papers sitting right here in front of me. If I can't look, just
next thing. Just move on to the next.
I don't know why I'm listening to you. Penisher says, raising hand, I picked the Lions. Good for you, Penisher. Fish Tank says, is Jared Goff's face the new Eli face? Goff face is Eli face.
Ooh.
I think he is. It is the current Eli face. Silver Pop says, happy Friday, guys. Just want to say, go Cardinals, burn in hell Lakers, suck it Ralph, and suck it Seahawks.
Wow.
Thanks
You
for
got a lot
checking
in
in.
there. Yeah, you got a lot in there.
You covered everything in one short sentence.
Very concise.
Blissful Hayes says, I agree with Fitzmagic. Baker's Cocky Hen says, Matt Ryan looks like somebody, hit him in the face with a frying pan. Jared Goff looks like Joe Burrow without the need for attention. Skill-wise, Goff is much better than we thought he was. And the Rams let him off the hook.
Okay, but to be fair to the Rams, they won a Super Bowl when they did that. So
I wonder if they would have still won that Super Bowl even with Jared Goff.
I don't think so.
If you interchange Matt Ryan and Jared Goff with the rest of the pieces and the rest of the players playing, could they have won it? I'm not saying that Stafford is
I don't
worse
think so.
than he is.
I think that they needed what Matt Stafford brings to that team, which is that Matt Stafford is an incredibly creative quarterback. And so I think Ben Solak on Twitter, he does a lot of NFL breakdowns. I thought he had a really good one earlier in the year where they won the game and there was a throw where Jared Goff makes the right read, picks up a first down, but there was a touchdown that he didn't see because that actually isn't a read. It's just a clear out route. And Goff makes the right throw, but there was a similar throw for Stafford in that Super Bowl. And Stafford looked and saw that the clear out route was open. So instead of making the quote unquote correct read, Stafford just pushed it downfield and got extra points. And I think that that's what Stafford brings that Goff can't, which is that he'll be able to get you points that Goff is just going to play it by the book. He's not going to take the extra risk.
President Wallet says, hi, Ralph. You're going to say hi back?
I'm not sure.
That's all he said. He just said hi.
He said hi.
Ralph is like, is
I
this
guess
a
it's the
trap?
way you said it, so it makes
you're like an
you
abused
made it
child
creepy.
here.
Well, you made it creepy.
Well, I know how do you want me to say. President Wallet says hi, Ralph. Hi, Ralph.
So hi, President Wall, but you made it.
Hey, Ralph.
No,
I don't know. I don't know.
That sounds like I'm in the corner of a cell shivering.
How do you want me to voice Prison Wallet?
I don't know. Just it was creepy.
Was it creepy?
A little bit.
Hi, Ralph.
It's not Prison Wallet's fault.
No, it's yours.
Lost Toby says Matt Ryan is a poor man's Matt Ryan. He was for a while.
Oh, he's not poor. No, he has plenty of money.
I'm talking about my Colts being the poor man.
Yeah, no kidding.
Colts Matt Ryan is a poor man's version of Falcons Matt Ryan.
I mean, I wonder if the accountants each year go like, all right, so costs for quarterbacks that are no longer on the team. Look at this deficit.
Irish for me says, hey, are you guys going to talk about college football? Yes, we are.
Dance party.
Yeah, of course.
Disco time.
What are your thoughts on Notre? I'm going to stop you there because I should have known that's where you're going with this. Of course, he's going to talk about Notre Dame, right? You talk about
yes, yes, we will talk Notre Dame. Yes.
Yeah. Only thing Irish for me cares about is Notre Dame. I don't know if I roll back through all his texts. Every single one is Notre Dame,
as implied by the name Irish for me.
No, I know, but
what you think he would be calling? He'd be texting in about Ireland.
No, I got one. He asked about the Cubs on July 27th.
A lot of Irish people in Chicago.
Well, then he also did a thing on July 10th where he said USC equals University of Spoiled Children.
Well, that's because USC and Notre Dame, that's a big rivalry.
Mm-hmm. Then he was ripping on Hillary Clinton on one.
Well, who isn't these days?
I don't even know why anybody's even talking about her.
Yeah, like what is she in the news? I don't know.
I mean, cankles are always the rage, but Irish he just texted in. Damn. No. I went back and now I'm corrected. You have texted in more than just Notre Dame stuff. All right. Listen, we've got to take this break. We come back. We're going to have the Keon Rose College Football Dance Party, more NFL, more stuff. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway.
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SEMI to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SEMI for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SEMI for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Section.
Hey, gang, sorry I'm late. The other surgery went a little longer than anticipated.
Nah, you haven't missed much.
Oh, good. What's this guy getting? A car?
He's selling his kidney to get a new HVAC system installed.
Oh, an overpriced HVAC system. This is like the third person this week.
So you think the hot weather's over? Not if your AC isn't keeping you cool. That's why thousands of Arizonans depend on Desert Diamond Air. From 24/7 emergency service to diagnostic checkups to full replacement, Desert Diamond specializes in both residential and commercial HVAC systems with competitive pricing and experience to service and repair all major AC brands. And with federal tax credits up to $2,000, it's a great time to replace your AC system. Go to desertdiamondair.com or call 602-609-7288. That's 602-609-7288. Or search Desert Diamond Air on your mobile phone today.
The new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium is here. Switch to my plan from Verizon at your local store today, and you'll get the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro on us with unlimited ultimate when you trade in any iPhone, any model, any condition. Guaranteed. Yep, even the old phone in your pocket right now. It's your Verizon. $999.99, 128 gigabyte only. Device payment purchase or full retail purchase with new smartphone line on unlimited ultimate plan required. Less $1,000 trade-in or promo credit applied over 36 months. Promo credit ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. 0% APR.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room. Ralph from Harmon Solar is with us. You guys are in the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And let's see, at 6:40 p.m. tonight, the Diamondbacks are hosting the Houston Asterix. And looks like at 7:15, you'll see the Dodgers playing the San Francisco Giants. Now, yesterday, both teams lost. mean, the Rockies beat the living daylights out of the Dodgers. What happened? 14-5.
Like it matters. Just
No.
finishing
Here's
the
what
year
I've
out.
noticed. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I got to go back and look at the scores of both teams. And I feel like, yeah, the Dodgers. Oh yeah, you guys are killing it. You're about to have 100 wins. Yada yada yada. But when you lose, dear God, do you lose big?
Oh
What
my
do you-
gosh, really?
No, I mean, I'm not. I'm just asking. Haven't you noticed that?
No,
Like-
I haven't.
Like 15-1, 18-2, you know, that
Really?
kind of thing. You got a bunch of scores like that. And
36-1.
I know there's like a game or two where the Diamondbacks got dealt the same way,
A game or two.
but I
Maybe
feel like
that was only 7-4. That was no big deal.
there's been more Dodger games that go lopsided in the wrong direction. Now
Oh, yeah,
I got
yeah.
it. You guys are winning the West. I get it.
Yeah.
You guys are 15 games ahead of the Diamondbacks.
Right.
This isn't about that.
Yeah.
I'm
Do you
just
think that happens to the Braves too? Or
I'm legit asking you.
No.
Okay.
I'm legit asking you why when the Dodgers when they lose, do they lose so damn big?
Well, can I say this? They've given up 693 runs this year, which is as many as the Braves has given up.
See,
which
we
is
told
still
you.
some of the lowest in the league.
Yeah, but I'm talking about
So what does
in a
that tell
game.
you?
In a game, I'm saying. I'm
In
not
a single game. They have
Tells
a
me-
200. They have a plus 201 run differential.
You guys
know
gave
the
up
Diamondbacks have a
520
minus
runs in
6.
one game.
Diamondbacks have given up 750 runs. They have a minus 6.
This isn't about the Diamondbacks. I'm
just
just
saying.
asking. Don't get defensive. I'm just asking. Have you noticed? I mean, as a fan, I think I would notice if that were happening.
I don't think you would.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would. You know, every loss hurts, but I don't know. I guess you're just too defensive to answer the question.
No, I just don't think that's real. I mean, no, I haven't noticed that. It happens in baseball. I mean, that's
No, I know
baseball.
it happens. It
And
happens.
the Dodgers are at a part of their season right now.
Seems to
where they
happen to
don't
the
care.
Dodgers a lot.
Well, they're just putting everybody out there now. It doesn't matter anymore, right?
Okay,
mean,
well, see,
they're-
there's the answer.
they're
You don't got to
done.
be all buttered about it.
I do. I told you I'm bitchy.
You are bitchy.
I'm going to be bitchy.
What's going on, Ralph?
The only thing that can happen worse now is Keon's going to piss me off, but it's not going to happen yet. So we're good.
Wait a
All
minute. You're not. How's Keon pissing you off?
I'm just saying he hasn't done it all. Last.
I mean, I
Oh,
soundly
he'll piss
thumped
you off
you.
today. I bet.
I soundly thumped you in fantasy football. That's what you're
Right.
mad about
You
today.
pissed me off. Jeffrey
And,
pissed me
and,
off.
and
so Keon's not.
Jeffrey, he's
Yeah,
going to
so-
soundly thump you this weekend.
I've got to take my
And,
turn.
Don't jinx me, man. I'm
He's
not
gonna
that
thump me?
confident.
What are you talking about?
I'm not
What?
that
How's he
confident.
going to thump me?
He's going to thump you
Thump
this
me.
weekend. Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, he's going to
Like-
thump you like a ripe melon,
just-
Jack.
You just gave him the kiss of death.
Yeah,
He's
it's
going
like-
to thump you like a
Oh,
ripe
no.
melon.
It's like having you got a girlfriend with you, and then all of a sudden she's my boyfriend's gonna kick your ass. You're like, oh, shush, no.
That's what you say. I'm not your boyfriend.
No, that dude looks like he works out. No.
The guys
Hey,
built
bro,
like
how
The
much
Rock.
you lift?
I'm about to lift
How
your
much you
girlfriend.
lift? You go for it. You can have it.
Ugh. Big George says, why is Ralph wearing that ugly barf colored jersey? Well, you know why.
It's not
Uh,
barf. It's more like whirled peas.
If anybody barf like that, they are going to die of radiation poisoning.
Yeah, if
I
you're
thi- I
barfing
think
like
so.
this,
Yeah,
you got bigger
yeah.
problems.
It's immediate. Penisher says, is there going to be some love for the Oregon Ducks during the college football dance party? We can't tell you that right now because
do you
then
mean?
that's a spoiler.
What do you mean love for the Oregon Ducks? What does that mean?
You mean like, I really appreciate, or do you mean like, you mean like that?
Wow.
What the?
This is deeply uncomfortable. This is a Friday show. If ever I've been on a Friday show, what is
And also,
happening?
it should be a reminder that, kids shouldn't listen to that.
I don't think so at all.
Or they're like, I've heard that before. Lacrosse guy says, Aaron Jones, he sucked last night. I'm playing Kaler's Quitters. Was that the Speedo guy? No, Kaler's Quitter was the 6'4", very sort of mellow guy. He was
Yeah, very mellow dude. Yeah. We met him out at, if you
Oh,
would have
yeah.
been out at the remote, you could have met him. He was out there.
Yeah, evidently he's engaged now. I know.
How about that?
Yeah. It's
Who
legal
saw
now.
that
It's
coming?
legal now. He can marry anyone he
Wow.
wants. Hefty Lefty says, happy Friday, everyone. Randy, I'm driving. Can you set me up with some Padron Maduro, please? Well, not if you're driving.
Not if you
say it.
see. Fourth dimension, you can't come on here while you're driving and ask me to pour you drinks. That's just not going
Yeah.
to work.
That
Sorry.
makes about as much sense as drive-through liquor stores.
You know what I
mean,
need
it's
to
the-
do?
It's the same thing.
I need to get a selection of cigars, and I can light a cigar for them as they're driving. But I cannot pour alcoholic beverages. I'm sorry, I cannot do. Here's a Sprite for you.
There you go. Oh, he says no. Padron is a cigar. You shouldn't be smoking in your car. Just give him the damn cigar. Do you have? I don't think we have a.
I don't have a collection. I will work on that. I'll have to work on that. Yeah. I don't have.
Oh gosh. Here you go. I don't think I'd want another man lighting my cigar. Hefty Lefty also wants to know, Ralph, what would you realistically be okay with the Lakers giving up to try to get Drew Holiday for the season? Remember, Hefty Lefty also a Lakers fan.
Yeah, I gotta think about that. There's not a whole lot I want to give up on. I love that Laker roster, to be honest with you. I think that's a really good roster. Do we really need him? I don't know.
Drew Holiday?
I'd have
Why
to
wouldn't
think
you
about
want
it.
Drew Holiday?
Because I like the pieces the Lakers have. I think they've done a really good job putting this team together. I think it's going to be a really fun team to watch.
All right, so Hefty, what you should give up is LeBron James.
No,
just
you don't give up LeBron James. No, absolutely not.
Just straight up trade.
Still one of the best players in the league, even though he's old.
Make the trade. Blissful Hayes says, hey, Jeffrey, how many games are the Dodgers? I know where this is going. And then for some reason, this is very strange. I clicked on the wrong one. Walter Mellon says, mental note, do not have Ralph on the last week of the month. He's bitchy. Yeah, we probably should we're going to track his bitchiness on a calendar now. My wife.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
My wife thinks that men have those too. Like we have our monthly rhythms. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called a wife.
It's called
Boy, that's not gonna go well for you tonight, Ralph.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It wasn't going to be a good night either. So
I ain't saying nothing. I still have a chance.
If the plane's going down, just go down.
Don't drag the rest of us with you, man. Blissful Hayes, here we go. He says, how many games are the Dodgers ahead? I already said it, so shut up.
What was that, 14 and a half?
I thought it was 15, is it?
Who cares?
Big George says the Ralphing emoji is the same color as his jersey. Wow, that is very astute observation. You're right. Baker's Cocky Hen says, so glad I'm working from home today. It's my 3-year-old daughter in the room. Thanks, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Your bad parenting is not my fault. Penisher says, definitely the appreciation route and not the love making sounds. Okay, good. Now we know. Hamilton Porter says, is there even enough cap space for the Suns to sign Drew? You know what? That's something I've been sort of toying with. I mean, we don't have Chris Paul anymore. But I guess Keon says we don't need Drew Holiday. It'd be nice to have him, though, wouldn't it?
I mean, as a defensive player, sure, but where does he fit in the rotation? Who are you giving up to get Drew Holiday? And if you're going to be a team where you want to surround Devin Booker, who's a mid-range player, and Kevin Durant, who's a mid-range player, and Bradley Beal, who can shoot threes, but for, I don't know, the last 5-6 years of his career has been a mid-range player. I think the Suns and what James Jones, what they want to do is surround those guys with shooters and give those guys space to operate, 18 feet, 15 feet and in. Drew Holiday doesn't give you that, especially since, offense is the name of the game here in Phoenix.
Hamilton Porter also brings up that the Tigers announced after Sunday that Miggy will now be the assistant to the president of the team. Not sure what the hell that means, but congratulations on retirement.
Well, he's retiring. He's going to have a job with the team, basically a cushy job. The Tigers are going to pay him to.
Yeah, that's
basically
nice.
He
stay out of the house.
Yeah, you come hanging out at the stadium, at the offices there, and yeah.
Hefty Lefty thinks Drew is definitely an upgrade over D'Angelo.
I don't know.
not as a scorer. That's the thing is you're always weighing that cost benefit of offense and defense. And D'Angelo Russell as a scorer and a facilitator of offense, because he does actually do a very good job of knowing when he's not the guy to be taking shots. And he does find, LeBron or AD. And I wouldn't replace him with Drew Holiday because Drew is the defensive upgrade to that. But the rules in the NBA are designed to benefit offensive players. So why wouldn't you just lean into that?
I say you let the Lakers roster sit and go. And it's a good roster. Let them gel. Let's see how it works. I think they're really talented and really we're gonna be ready to have a good year. We'll see.
We know you think that.
No, I think a lot of people do.
Lost Toby says Dodgers will win the division by 20 and lose in the first round. That
They
is
won't win
their
by 20. So.
that is their MO. That is their MO.
They won't lose in the first round.
Well, let's talk about the playoff picture right now. Diamondbacks magic number is 1, and I don't know. I don't know what we really expect here. Is there a chance in these next 3 games we could find ourselves not in the wild card, or are we in as long as we win 1 game? That's what the magic number is, right?
We haven't clinched a playoff spot yet. What we need to do is clinch a playoff spot.
Just 1 game.
If we could do that, then we are guaranteed to be in one of the remaining 2 wild card positions.
Even
The
if
Phillies,
we lose the other 2 games.
yes,
You can lose all 3 and get in.
Boy, I thought you said we had to have 1.
No, there's one win or loss by. It's either a win by you or a loss by the team you're going against. So the other
Sure, don't want to risk
spot.
that. But if
So I'm
we
saying
win the
you can
game, we're
you
just
can
in.
get
swept. You can get swept and still be there.
Cincinnati is
Well,
still
nobody's
in the hunt. The Marlins are still in the hunt,
Right.
and the Cubs are still in the hunt. But the Cubs are melting down here towards the end. They can't seem to win a game, and their defensive struggles continue for that team,
So
which
if
has been a
we-
good defensive team this year.
If we get swept, there's still a chance that we can get in, but there's also a chance we could not. But if we win 1 game, we're just in.
Yeah, I mean, if we were to get swept and another team swept, we might be relegated to the 3rd wild card position. I mean, the odds of us not making the playoffs at this point are like astronomical.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that.
Well,
it's just a
Ralph just
fact.
said we could get swept and still make the.
It's
to make the playoffs.
You have a
true. That
97.9%.
doesn't mean you should get arrogant and cocky about it, and it doesn't mean that
2.5%
that it's a guarantee. Yeah, you still want to go out there and handle your business. Look, just go out there and win one of these damn games. You don't have to worry about it.
If they don't make the playoffs, I mean, just stop watching. There's no way they're
Oh.
not. There's no way they're not going to make the playoffs.
If they
Oh,
don't make the
shut up,
playoffs,
Ralph.
Ralph will be on the show every day, and we will all not like that.
Well, I might just do it now because you said that. I mean,
I assumed you would.
but no, they're in the playoffs. I don't see them not yet.
So that means the eventual outcome of that is the Diamondbacks will end up playing the Phillies in the wild card series. And now that's how many games is that? I always get confused. Is it 1 game or is it 3 games? The wild card series thing. We're not doing that 1 game thing, right?
No, I think it's best 2 out of 3, isn't it?
It is
Yeah, I
3.
think it's 2 out of 3. Mhm.
Okay. So how do we match up against the Phillies then?
Well, I mean, I don't know what our season is against the Phillies, but look, if it's 2 games out of 3, we go out there with Zach Gallen. He opens up game 1. That's almost assured to be a win for us. I mean, Zach Gallen's been our guy all season, and then depending on what they do, how they pitch in game 2, I mean, you might take 2 out of 3 right away. So,
all right, well, we're 2 out of 3 back in May against Philadelphia. And then they beat us 3 out of 4 in June. So, this just seems like it go either way. I mean, I don't know what kind of baseball they've been playing.
I don't know I don't know that we're going to be playing against Philadelphia. I mean, the season isn't done yet. We've got to see how this is going to play out before we start talking about who we're going to be playing.
Yeah,
I mean, all the teams need to lock in, and we'll have to wait and see. I wish I could see a bracket. I'm trying to pull up a bracket now.
Don't do that, Lost Toby.
I mean, you're most likely playing the Phillies.
Lost Toby says it's a lock. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just looking at it. You're most likely playing the Phillies.
That's what I was thinking.
And they've been hot. They're 8 out of the last 10. I mean, they've been playing good ball.
Let's see. Moist One says you'd have to go to Philadelphia.
Yes, you would.
Yeah, that's part of it. I mean, Philadelphia won the number 1 spot, so we'll be playing on their turf. So,
Hefty Lefty says, Jeffrey, just a friendly programming reminder that Shoresy season 2 debuts on Hulu in 4 weeks. Oh, thanks, man. I actually enjoyed that Shoresy show more than I thought I would. A lot of time. So here's what he's talking about. That Letterkenny show that is just really hilarious. Well, it used to be. I don't know. It's just gotten weird lately. This Letterkenny show had a spinoff of a hockey player who's always just was really funny when he would insult people on the show. Well, they actually made like a little spinoff about that guy. And that that season last year of Shorzy was actually better than I thought it would be. So thanks for the heads up on that, Heavy Metal Maniac. I'm sorry, Hefty Lefty. Heavy Metal Maniac says, yep, we do have to go to Philadelphia. But then after that, if we win, we have to go to Atlanta. That ain't good.
Yeah.
But if you want to be the world champions, you got to beat the best to be the best.
Well, I mean, I think this year, the way the Atlanta Braves have been playing, I mean, I think the National League berth goes through Atlanta, and I think we'll have to wait and see. But they've been playing pretty good ball. I mean, they've got they've got the season record for home runs, something like that. So I mean, these guys have been playing great ball all year. Arguably, Ronald Acuna Jr. is the best baseball player in the National League, possibly all of baseball. I mean, depending on how you look at it. So yeah, we'd have a tall task ahead of us.
Yeah, I don't think the Diamondbacks have the pitching. I mean, Zach Gallen, after that, it just drops off so hard. In a series, it's going to be tough.
So here we are, 3 games away from the end of the season. This weekend is the end of the season before playoffs start. So now we've gone 1 full season with a pitch clock, with bigger bases, with some of these other rules. Are we better or are we worse for it? And I know, Randy, you're usually going to be the biggest, opposer of any kind of rule changes to the game you love.
Well, I mean, I like the pitch clock. Maybe some people will disagree with me, but I like the pitch clock. I think it gives a nice pace to the game, and I think it gives a nice pace and it makes the players get in there and they quit fiddle farting around with their batting gloves and the pitcher stepping off and the batter stepping out. And Ralph may disagree, but I think it's added it's added an advantage to the game. I like the fact there's no more shifts. I think it's added some offense, and you see more guys having to play a good defense and teams having to play defense and be creative. Where instead of putting 4 guys on the right side of second base or 4 guys on the left side of second base, and then you get these guys that are just pull hitters and they just refuse to hit the ball. I wish all guys would take a page out of Tony Gwynn's book on how to hit, spray the ball around the ballpark. That's really the way it should be done. But since they got rid of the shift, I like that. I absolutely hate the fact that they made the bases bigger. I don't think it added anything to stolen bases, and I don't know why they made them bigger. It doesn't make sense to me, and I don't like the ghost runner. I think it's complete, total chicken crap. So there you go. That's my take on it.
What do you think of the pickoff rule there? Because that has changed.
I hate the pickoff rule.
Thing, yeah.
I hate the pickoff rule, but it goes along with the commissioner's initiative to speed games up and make them go faster and have a pace.
Yeah, stolen bases are way up. I don't know if that has much to do with the bigger bases, but yeah, the other rules.
I think the stolen bases going up has more to do with the fact that you can't just keep throwing to first base to hold a guy there. You have to.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, you're limited to 3 pickoff attempts per runner at first base. You can't do it more than 3 times.
I mostly agree with you, Randy. I didn't like the pitch clock at first, but I think it actually worked out all right. I hate the no shift rule because I just feel like these guys cried because you're playing over here and it's not fair, and now they've taken it away and you've seen averages go back up. I think that's BS. I said, like you said, learn how to be a better hitter. Learn how to
hit where they ain't.
Right. If you can't do that, then that's on you. So I can't stand it. They took that away. I wish they'd bring the shift rule back. Other than that, the bases don't make a difference to me, and I don't like the pick rule either. I think the pick rule is garbage.
The
pick
main
rule
rules
in the ghost runners are horrible.
Yeah, the main change that people noticed was the bigger bases and the pitch clock, and I think those are both fine. I don't have a problem with the bigger base. It adds just a teeny little bit of distance, but I'm with Randy on the ghost runner. I don't like the pick rule either. You're right. I mean, they just did they think it through? They're trying to increase the pace of the game, but now all of a sudden they got all these stolen bases. Do you think that was considered?
They're trying to make the game more exciting and more action packed. And by limiting the pickoffs, now you're enticing these base runners. Ronald Acuna Jr. just the other day, Corbin Carroll for the Diamondbacks, 25 and 40, 25 home runs, 40 stolen bases. I mean, you're enticing these guys to run bases. But where was this rule when Ricky Henderson was playing the game? Where was this rule when Vince Coleman was playing the game? Where was this rule when some of these other guys had the normal size bases and had unlimited pickoff attempts? I mean, it is an art to steal bases. It is an absolute art. It's not just, but if you give them the advantage and you take it away from the defense, I think that you're hurting the game that way. You're not making it exciting anymore. You don't know if a guy's going to run or not. I mean, take the pickoff limits back. The bigger bases, I'm indifferent. I don't think they did anything for the game. But
all right, we're running late for a break, but let me rattle off these texts real fast because we come back. We're not talking baseball anymore. We're going to be doing the college football stuff. So Bruno Baller says they don't use Ghost Runner in the postseason. Thank God for that. No, they don't. Yeah. Lost Toby says only a rule change I hate and I think needs to go is that 2 engagements and pickoffs. Yep, I think we all agree. Heavy Metal Maniac says, but even when they did have a Ghost Runner this year, Diamondbacks game went 4.5 hours. That's still the longest game of the entire season. Yeah, so the Ghost Runner is not really helping. Baker's Cocky Hem says, we got to go to Philly to get the World Series. I don't think a ring is worth visiting that dump.
Wow. I agree.
Moist One says, Philadelphia's crowd has been on another level this year, and that lineup is deep. Gallons isn't a sure win anyway. I'd be shocked if the Diamondbacks win that series. And Big George finishes with shut up, Ralph.
Jeez.
Your Dodgers have crummy pitching too. I've seen your Dodgers pitching give up a ton of runs. I take the Diamondbacks in a series over your lowly Dodgers.
How could you see? You don't know what you're talking about. It's not very obvious.
We did win. We did win. We did win
look
some
at
series.
the young guys on the Dodgers, Big George. Come on, look at Bobby Miller, who just came in 3 months ago. He's 11-4, and he's young. What is he? 21, 22. Look at Sheehan. I mean, look at all the young arms that they have.
And even if the Dodgers were bad at pitching, they're really good at hitting. So it doesn't even matter as a point.
Walter Mellon says, you guys keep talking about these Ghost Runners. I've yet to see one. Me too, Walter Mellon. Let's take a break. We'll come back with Keon Rose's college football dance party. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway.
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SEMI to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SEMI for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SEMI for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Jeffrey O'Brien here, and congratulations. You just made it through the hottest summer in Arizona history. No lie. The only proof you need is in that electric bill. If you don't have solar, I wonder how bad it's going to get next year. You need to call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar could save you over 80% off your electric bills. They're a locally owned, family-owned company. Call Harmon Solar for a free estimate. 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
And paid for by Linear Marketing Group. Are you drowning in debt? Are you struggling to make minimum payments? Did you know that on average, a household with at least one credit card struggles with over $17,000 in credit card debt? If this sounds like you, know that it's not your fault. Credit card debt happens to good people. Credit card companies lure you in with low introductory rates and low minimum payments. Before you know it, you're in over your head. We've helped thousands of good people just like you become debt-free with our Debt Reset program that will dramatically reduce your debt down to a fraction of what you owe. Our Debt Reset program is customized to get you debt-free in as little as 24 to 48 months with one low monthly payment. If you owe over $10,000 in credit card debt or even personal loans, call 800-480-7003 now. There are no upfront fees or out-of-pocket expenses. You don't pay a dime until we succeed. Call now to see how the Debt Reset program can work for you. 800-480-7003. That's 800-480-7003. Again, 800-480-7003.
It's the sound of the fight song, the excitement of the rivalry. It's the unbelievable upsets. It's the Heisman hopefuls. Oh my God, Davis is going running all the way back. It's the national rankings. It's college football. The Sooners right Dance the field. Tune in each Saturday for the college football game of the week. Listen for all the action, drama, and excitement on your home for college football. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Danny Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and hey, listen up, everybody. We got in the you mug.
What? Excuse me? Are you doing that mumble rap thing?
No, I was actually messing with people on the YouTube live. I just kept occasionally hitting this button, and everybody's just start rubbing their eyes. Why is it so blurry? Why is it so blurry? And Ralph doesn't have to do that with his camera because he's wearing that horrible Seahawks jersey. So everybody's rubbing their eyes, going,
You're about to get this jersey with disco lights.
Oh my God. It's time now, ladies and gentlemen, for something we like to call Keon Rose's college football dance party. That's right.
Yes.
He's going to talk about all the games that you need to know about.
Yes, it is, and we have a full slate on tap, Keon. Starting tonight, Utah number 10 visiting Oregon State number 19. That's at 9 o'clock from Research Stadium. Who do you have in this matchup, Beavers or Utes?
Beavers.
Yeah, I mean, look. So, the Utes, I really like their defense. It's a fantastic defense. It's been one of the best in the Pac-12, basically all season long so far. We're in 4 weeks, and it's been, 4 weeks of solid defense. But I do like what Oregon State's been able to do on the offensive side of the ball this year. I do think that this is a bounce-back game for them. DJ Uiagalelei kind of struggled a little bit last week at points in the game. But I do think that even against a defense like this, Oregon State has enough weapons. They run the ball really well. And the vertical attack, I think when you have an offense that could spread people out the way that the Beavers have, you got to take those shots downfield. And when you have a quarterback with a really big arm, makes it pretty easy to do.
Does Utah get their stud quarterback back? And remember, Utah is facing, about 19 guys still on the IR?
Yeah, I think that he is going to be coming back. That'd be Cam Rising, the quarterback there for Utah, but he hasn't played in a long time, and I do think that there is going to be some rust there. He tore his ACL in the Rose Bowl, and I do think that that there's just going to be some rust when you are gone from the game that long, and then on top of that, your opponents are 4 weeks in, and they're playing some of their best football right now. I think there's going to be a struggle for Cam Rising if he does play. And if he doesn't play, then I feel even more confident that Oregon State is going to win the game.
All right, moving along to tomorrow, number 22, the Gators of Florida travel to Kentucky to take on UK. This is a game that I think Florida could be in for an upset. What do you say?
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a handful of teams, I think, on upset alert this particular weekend of college football. Florida is absolutely one of those teams. One, it's pretty tough to go into Kentucky and get a win. Two, Kentucky's 4-0. They've won all the games that have been put in front of them. Three, I think that when you have two teams that are evenly matched like this in the SEC, and specifically two teams in Florida and Kentucky that absolutely do not like each other, I kind of give the edge to the home team there. I mean, Kentucky has played really, really good football. I do think that the quarterback for Florida, Graham Mertz, has been a little bit streaky. He's had some really good games, but he's also had some games where you go, what the hell, man? What are you doing? So I think that, I'm going to go with the upset here. I'm taking the Kentucky Wildcats at home to beat the Florida Gators.
Another big game to keep an eye on, a Big Ten game. Number 6, Penn State travels to take on Northwestern. That's at high noon on Saturday. Who do you have in this matchup?
Yeah, it's tough because Northwestern is a team that is just struggling just to move the ball. And while their defense, historically, pretty solid defense, it's going to be hard to pick against Penn State. The Nittany Lions have been able to move the ball in a variety of different ways. They've thrown the ball. They've also had success on the ground. Their defense is a quality defense. I'm taking the Nittany Lions in this one.
All right, another one that I guess we were talking before the air. You have a team on upset alert. Number 8 USC traveling to Boulder to take on Colorado.
What? Yeah. Now look, I'm not saying that Colorado's winning the game. I am not picking Colorado, but I do have USC on upset alert. I do. Hey, look, the spread.
Smoking?
I'm smoking what I saw last week when the USC Trojans were struggling to put away the ASU Sun Devils with 7 minutes and 26 seconds to go in the fourth quarter.
Oh snap!
They were up a singular touchdown on the ASU Sun Devils, who had their third string quarterback Drew Pine in there. They were missing 3 offensive linemen. If you want a clinic in how not to tackle, you should watch that USC Trojans defense in that game. Cam Scatterbu was basically doing whatever he wanted. The ASU Sun Devils, who were struggling against such teams as Southern Utah, had 12 plays of 15 yards or more. Again, I do think that ultimately the more talented roster is going to win. That's USC. I think the more talented coach is going to win. That's USC. But I don't think that my concerns about USC and their defense are necessarily something to avoid there. I think you have to look that in the eye and basically say, look, if Colorado comes out and they're able to get the kinds of chunk plays that ASU was able to get, they're going to make USC work to win a game that, quite frankly, they shouldn't have to work to win. But to me, and I saw it week 1, even when they were beating the hell out of San Jose State, I just don't like where that defense is. It has gotten better, but it went from bad to average now. So I think that they still need to keep improving. I'm sure they will over the course of the season, but a team that can pick up chunk plays like Colorado, I'm putting on the alert for USC. But I'm still
you may have an alert, but let me just say something that is really funny. Colorado AD Rick George he went out to the students, please refrain from rushing the field. Like what?
A loss?
Do you think that's going to happen? If you don't do it after and don't do it before the game, please.
Again, I think before the game in Tempe last week,
rush the field before the game.
Well, they're not going to do it before the game. He's talking about after, in the event that they win. And
that's ballsy.
The thing is, he's the athletic director. His job is to get money into the athletic program keep it. And the NCAA is not playing this year. They will fine you for your team rushing the field. And both times that they have had games at home in Colorado, the fans who only saw one victory last year rushed the field. So now here he is going, look, this is going to be the biggest win that Colorado's had in a long time. If they pull it off, they're going to fine the hell out of us. So he's just putting the notice out there because it's at least something he can turn to the NCAA and say, hey, guy, I tried. I did something. Because if he doesn't say anything, that fine is not going to be a good fine.
Keon, you know what's going to happen in that game, right? Did you watch last week? Did you watch what Oregon did to Colorado last week?
I did, yeah.
Okay, all you have to do to this team is blitz the heck out of him. Shedeur has no clue what to do with the ball. He just sits there and stands there with it and gets sacked. And that's what you're going to see all game. So I understand that.
But the week before last week, I saw what ASU, what had been done to them the week before.
I was at the game, and that was probably the worst game that USC has played by far, because they were looking to this next game because they're going to kill this team. It's not even.
And look, I do think Lincoln Riley's going to have the guys fired up and ready to go, but they were 35-point favorites against the Sun Devils, and they escaped.
ASU means nothing.
I mean, you say it means nothing, but you were.
Well, they're nothing on the schedule. Colorado's something because they're doing this.
It's okay, sure, but you were up a touchdown against a team that it shouldn't have been like that in the fourth quarter.
Never in doubt.
It was never in doubt. I agree with that. But both you and I thought Caleb Williams wouldn't even be playing significant snaps in the second half.
I want to apologize. Important to mention that's tuned in for Keon Rose's dance party.
I'm sorry, I had to bust it.
Yeah, I understand that. Look, if USC handles their business, they're going to walk through these dudes. But they didn't handle their business last week. So I until I see that on the defensive side of the ball, then I will believe it. And I haven't seen good tackling from that team.
All right, I'll cut my mic now.
All right. We have 47 seconds left in this segment.
That's not
all right.
true. You got all the time you need. Go ahead.
Number 24, Kansas travels to Austin at the Darrell K. Royal Stadium in Austin, Texas, to take on the Longhorns, number 3 ranked Longhorns. This should be a good game. Another upset alert, perhaps?
Yeah, look, I'm putting my own team on upset alert here. This is not going to be a cakewalk of a game. And again, I cannot stress to you how confusing this is to me to look at the Kansas Jayhawks good at football. Every time I look at the rankings, they're ranked
Weird,
24.
huh?
Is it a basketball thing? Is Bill Self going to come out of the tunnel? No, this is football. But Jalen Daniels is one hell of a quarterback. He's an incredible playmaker. He is able to stretch defenses laterally. And then if you make a single mistake on the back end of your defense, Jalen Daniels is putting a touchdown over the top of you. And he's done it to every single team that Kansas has played so far this season. That's why they're 4-0. I do think that Texas has a very good defense. It's a disciplined defense. But sometimes their offense has a failure to launch. And for the same reason that I put USC kind of on upset alert, Texas went into Wyoming, a game that they should have just crushed the Cowboys, didn't do it, couldn't do it, had to go to the fourth quarter. And then they were able to, get the thing rolling in the fourth quarter. But that stuff can't happen against opponents like that. You can't overlook people. And they're going to want to beat you. They circled their entire calendar and they went, oh, we're going into Darrell K. Royal. Yeah, we want those guys. We want to play those guys. We want to beat those guys. So even though Texas looks really good, they're ranked number 3. They've got to focus on this game and really pay attention. I will take the Longhorns, but upset alert.
You got time for a couple more, Randy.
All right, lightning round. LSU ranked 13th travels to take on Ole Miss, ranked number 20. Who do you got in this one?
This is another upset alert here. LSU, Ole Miss. I'm taking Ole Miss, by the way.
Wow.
I think that LSU, and last year this was a really good game. This could be the game of the day tomorrow. It's going to be a fun game. But LSU and their inability to slow down KJ Jefferson in the Arkansas offense, because KJ Jefferson can move around, be mobile, make plays, extend plays, and then, put the ball over the top of you, or just straight up run and pick up first downs with his legs. Jackson Dart has a very similar ability. LSU secondary is suspect, and I'm taking the Rebels.
All right, number 7, Washington goes down to the old Pueblo in Tucson to take on U of A. Who do you have in this matchup?
I'll keep it quick. Washington's going to put the smackdown on the Wildcats.
Washington will keep the smackdown.
I mean, they're going to walk all over.
Wildcats are okay. That's not an upset alert.
Not even remotely close.
All right, in the one that we're worried about, Arizona State takes on California over in California. Give us an update on this one.
Yeah, I like what obviously ASU did against USC. I don't assume that just because they are in a spot where they've got a ton of injuries and a lot of players out that they are going to necessarily get leveled by the Golden Bears. But I do think that the injuries are an issue. And I still think that ASU is in the process of learning how to win football games. So I am going to take Cal. Tentatively, they're 2-2, but it's not,
Boo.
I know.
All right, I guess that's what we have this week, Jeffco, for Keon Rose's college football dance party.
All right,
Wow.
so let's go ahead and do this. We will take a break and we will come back. We'll pick it up on the text line, see what people had to say about his college football prognostications and other things. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
The U.S. dollar is under attack, and it's becoming less and less valuable by the day. Hyperinflation and speculation is killing your retirement. Don't leave your money sitting in cash. It's time you diversified and protected your future with physical precious metals. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 and get your free digital dollar survival kit and learn how you could get up to $1,000 in free silver today. Call Advantage Gold now at 800-900-8000 to get your free digital dollar survival kit, and you may qualify for $1,000 in free silver. Advantage Gold is the #1 rated gold and silver company in America. Your future is precious. Protect it today when you call Advantage Gold. Call 800-900-8000 now.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Check with your financial advisor before investing.
That's 800-900-8000.
It's Raymond and Austin. We're back on All Star Sports Radio, celebrating their 30th year. Our sportsbook and casino sponsor, BetUS.com, is offering a 125% sign-up bonus plus up to 30 risk-free bets.
It's called Bet Protect, the perfect offer for crazy plays, like the famous butt fumble. It's the GOAT of embarrassing plays.
Really, remember when you bet me you could do a live show with a GOAT as your co-host, and he face-kicked you?
Thankfully, I didn't take the under on that one.
Anyway, folks, get Bet Protect today. The industry's biggest 125% sign-up bonus plus up to 30 risk-free bets. BetUS.com, where the game begins.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Babbel. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at babbel.com/TNC.
We're going abroad for the first time in years to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres? In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. And now try Babbel for free by texting radio to 64,000. Text radio to 64,000.
If you are an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits, the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
The NASCAR season will come to an end in Phoenix, but the championship weekend will last forever. 4 championship races in 3 days, all set against the stunning backdrop of the desert mountains. A Friday doubleheader under the lights, the Xfinity Championship on Saturday, and a Cup Series champion crowned on Sunday. It's a weekend you'll wish would never end. NASCAR Championship Weekend at Phoenix Raceway, November 3rd through the 5th. Get your tickets now at phoenixraceway.com.
We know how it goes. You can't always tune in and hear your favorite shows and hosts.
Dude, look, I'm a loser. Okay?
It's cool, bro. That's why we post podcasts of your favorite shows and hosts. Listen when you want to. Listen on demand.
That is great and frankly kind of amazing.
Go to 1580thefanatic.com to download.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Wasn't even looking at the text line. I guess a lot of texts were coming in during that segment. Lost Toby says Jeffrey's traveling through time. People were freaking out about some of the backgrounds that we were using. My wife even, she texts me, says, your backdrop is visually unpleasant. No, I had to explain to her, that's just Ralph. 888-368-1580. Yeah, he's wearing a Seahawks jersey, honey. Thundar, the Santa Barbarian, says, speaking of college football, who do you like between Fresno State and Nevada? Did you already bring that one up?
We didn't talk about that. Fresno State, Nevada.
Or is Fresno State still a bad word in Arizona?
Yes.
I mean, look, it wasn't pretty what happened when Fresno State came into town. I'll tell you that. But no, I'll give the Bulldogs the edge there at home.
All right. Blissful Hayes says, when do the Gamecocks play the Beavers? What time's that game on?
I believe that game is on right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Gamecocks are with the Beavers right now.
Different. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I don't think so.
Is he talking about down the road? I heard Beavers was talking about.
No.
Utah, Oregon State.
Gamecocks play tomorrow,
but not the Beavers.
No,
they play. They play the Vols.
Heavy Metal Maniac says, breaking news. I know you said we're not going to talk baseball, but the Giants have fired their manager 2 years after winning 107 games. Yeah, we need to talk about that.
Yeah. Gabe Kapler, rest in peace.
Him and his analytics.
Yep. The end. Fighting Wampa says, even game. Can you guys talk about how USC might be on upset alert again?
Oh my gosh.
No, I think we covered that pretty thoroughly.
We could maybe do it in the next segment.
We could talk more.
Let's see. Fighting Wampa says, don't work, Keon. Sometimes when I hear the word beaver, I get sidetracked too. Moist One says, thankfully I didn't take the under on that one. Hefty Lefty says, I take it back. Wild Kitties beat the trees last week. Oh, he said he's talking to the Lumberjacks there. Baker's Cocky Hen says, Jeffrey turned his background off. All I see is the flames of hell behind him now. Oh, I had like probably 30 different backgrounds during that segment. All Ralph had is just actual disco lights.
That's all.
You got to step up your game,
Ralph did the the old school movie thing with the practical effects.
All he does is flip one switch. I'm over here working AI, baby. I'm in the year 3023. Where are you at, Ralph?
I think the flames worked for you because that's where you're going.
I'll see you there.
Have you heard this show? We'll all meet there.
I'll have a table for all of us. Fighting Wampa says, don't work. I read that. Sorry about that. Big George says, wow, wasn't even close this time. Yeah, it looks like I won college dance party again. He says, Jeffrey completely dominated this edition, and he had insightful analysis of the Colorado and USC game. Randy was solid, strong as the MC. Keon was great too, but wasn't able to talk too much because Ralph just kept talking. Ralph got last place because he was just bitching the whole segment.
I bitched one time when I heard nonsense, and that was it.
And more to the point, you can't win or lose the college football dance party. It is not a competition.
Bitter that I always seem to win.
It's not
I can't help it.
Well, it doesn't. I don't care because you can't win it.
You
can't.
Says the guy who can't win it.
Nobody can win it,
and yet I do.
Yeah,
you have not won it because you can't win it.
You can't win a cancer walk either.
I know.
I
agree.
Here we go again. Wow. Yeah. Well, you'll see. I actually I attended a cancer walk while I was visiting with my kids, and I was just sitting there, just like, God, look how slow they are. I was just with my kids. I said, listen, if you're ever in a cancer walk, you go for gold. You go for gold.
You can't get gold. It is a cancer walk.
Right. Just let him go.
I'm telling you, the best thing you could ever do on any AIDS run, on any cancer run, on any sort of 5K or whatever, is if you say, listen, here's what's going to happen. The person in last place is going to get injected with whatever disease we're trying to fight.
Get cancer.
People start running like crazy, like
see that,
and
you'll
also,
see some record Kenyan times.
You'll make sure also that no one ever goes to one of those ever again.
That's why you don't tell them in advance.
Yeah, that we don't raise the money. Well, the thing is, after the fact, people are just going to be on the internet going, you know what they do with these things?
People are running, ripping their number off, trying to dive into the bushes so they don't get caught.
Yeah.
I mean,
what's to stop me from just hopping in an Uber and going home?
Oh, it'd be the best day of my life.
Not even
absolutely.
I'm not going to compete in that. I'm leaving.
But if you're going to be serious about raising money, that's a good way to do it. That's all I'm saying.
Is it? You can literally only do it once.
Or AIDS, whatever. Yeah, sure. So we're talking college football there, and something came and went, and we did. I didn't even know about this, but I guess Haley Van Horus, she plays safety for a D3 Shenandoah University, became the first woman in college football history to play in a game in a non-kicking position. And when she got to go in against Juniata, I don't know the name of it. This is a little teeny school, but still, it was kind of cool to see her get out there. And I've seen her picture. She's ripped. She does look like somebody who could put the lumber on a guy.
Tiny on the field.
On the field, yes, but in that picture, she's all muscular.
She's like a cheerleader and shoulder pads.
She's 145 pounds, and I'm like, hey, again, if she assumes the risk and she has the physical ability to make the team run out there and make a play, God bless her. I think that if women want to play football and can, let them. At the other hand, I'd like the first thing I was sitting there with my wife was like, ooh, I hope she doesn't get hurt. And
no one touched her.
She kind of gave me a look, and I was like, well, what? I mean, here's the thing. She is smaller, and I feel that way about my own children. My son, when he was out there playing lacrosse, and my son now, who's out there being a wide receiver and also being a safety, and playing very aggressive. He's had a concussion. He's had a broken wrist. The kid is putting himself out there. So I don't think it's sexist of me to say, all right, go get him, girl. And ooh, I hope she's okay, because she's playing against much bigger people, right? And so I guess Outkick got upset with Deion Sanders because they asked him what he thought. He says, hey, I'm happy for her. First of all, I am concerned about her safety. I want to make sure she's safe. But I'm sure if she put on the pad, she understands what goes on along with that. I believe in equality, not just ethnicity, but gender as well. So I'm all for it. God bless her. And so the Outkick got upset. It's like, oh, well, yeah, the first thing you say is you're worried about her safety. I'm worried about everybody's safety out there. I don't think it's a sexist thing to say.
Yeah, look, I don't think it is, but because we talk about head trauma and concussions and, like poor Nick Chubb and what happened to his knee. Like if you're going to be a trailblazer in that way, yeah, like obviously we'd like you to be able to do this and get out of there in one piece. But if you're going to be a woman playing football, like especially college football, like there has never been a better time to do it because of how these offenses are spread offenses now. This is the smallest that college football or football in general, honestly, has ever been. Like if there was a time for you to drop in and try and do this, now's the time.
Yeah, but Outkick was giving Deion Sanders a hard time saying, you can't do that. You can't say both. If you say both, you can't be rational and claim to be all for getting on the field with men who are physically bigger and much stronger. Basically saying either you're happy for them or you're worried about them. You can't be both.
I disagree with that. Yeah, you absolutely, because if you
can't talk out of both sides of your mouth and be taken seriously. It's not both sides of the mouth. It's the same mouth. Of course, we're going to worry about them.
If you look at players, for instance, who have like a guy like I worry about all the time when I watch him play is Tua, because of the amount of concussions that dude has had. I like him. I think he's a good player. I think he's a good dude. So I root for him. I think he's fun to watch in that offense. But I'm also concerned about Tua Tagovailoa. And if he gets another concussion, is he going to be able to recover and be the same guy? Or is his brain's going to be permanently scrambled in a way that we might actually lose that guy? Like, I don't want to. And I think it's possible to be worried about somebody and root for them at the same time. And if it's true for that, then it would be true for her too.
Go ahead.
I'm going to say it's against the narrative. That's all it is. Because of course, what he said is absolutely 100% correct. But if you sit there and say you're concerned about her, then when you turn it around and you look at the other side of what's going on, where men think they're women and they're playing sports with women, they say, well, those women, you can't say you have to, because those women are saying they're afraid, but you can't say that. They're trying to say there's nothing to be afraid of. It's all equal. Everything's equal. So in this scenario, it's equal as well. Everything's equal, because the minute you say one's not equal, then that means the other one's not equal. And then now you have an argument. Well, the narrative states you have to say that, no, there's nothing to worry about until if you watch the video, when she rushed in, nobody even touched her. They let her go. She hit the guy, the quarterback, and they both went down. In real scenario, if a lineman, who a 300-pound D3 lineman, knocks her on her butt, she's probably not getting up. I don't care, because those guys are huge, and she could get hurt. It's a shame. We have to be worried about her health.
If that is what she signed up for, and she wants to give it a go, and then she gets plowed, and then that's the end of that.
She's an adult. That's just
it's on her. But the reality is, for him to say he's worried about her or concerned about her, that's the right thing to say. There's nothing wrong with what Deion said.
Yeah, I don't think there's any hypocrisy to that at all. I don't know if
two
a
things
5'6",
can be true.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if a 5'6", 145-pounder is the one that you should have made the team and then been like set out on the field against killers. But
the thing is, is she playing against killers? It's D3 football. She's not playing for Notre Dame. All right.
Big.
They are big. I'm not saying
anybody bigger than her could just stick her in the ground.
But I disagree. Like, there are small play. Like, I'm sitting there watching Emmanuel Forbes play football with the Washington Commanders, but he was with Illinois last year. That dude's a stick. I mean, he's Mr. Potato Head on a stick. Like, it's just
she'll be fine until she gets to a bigger stick.
And yeah, well, that's the thing.
She'll get stuck.
That's the thing that happens though, is that smaller players, like you look at her, she has clearly put on the muscle required to get up off the ground. Now, I feel like it was kind of patronizing that they didn't actually stop her.
I'm worried
going through.
I'm worried about Bryce Young. Look at Bryce Young. Did you get worried when you see him out there?
Yeah,
that guy's gonna get killed.
That dude is like, I'm hoping that they build that offensive line as fast as humanly possible, because I don't care how much weight Bryce Young puts on. He's just going to be tiny. He's not. We make fun of Kyler all the time. Bryce Young's not even built like Kyler. No. Kyler's solid. I mean, that's a thick dude. Bryce Young is skinny. And I worry about that dude all the time.
Nobody wants to be the guy that puts that hit on her that everybody's gonna be then like, oh, you bastard, what did you do that for? But she's out there. She's going to have to assume the risk and responsibility And some guy is going to put that hit on her. And as long as she can get through it, then okay, keep on going. If she can't, then that answers the question.
The most respectful thing you can do is respect that person's decision to be out there and play them like you would play anybody else. It doesn't mean that you have to like blow her up and then stand over her and flex or Allen Iverson
anybody else
or Allen Iverson step over her or anything like that. Just do the play you were going to do anyway.
No guy wants to be the guy that does that. I'm telling you right now.
I mean, nobody wants to. No.
I know that, but that's
because it hit anyone else in that play when she rushed in, but they let her go.
But no one's going to call you a monster because I think.
But they will.
I don't think so because we're all having the conversation of understanding. She's the person that decided to go out there. Nobody made her. Nobody held a knife to her and said, "If you don't go out there and try and make this tackle, you're done for."
The guy that I was back in college on that line, if she was coming my way, I'd lay her out. Because of that exact reason. She wants to be there, and she's no different than anyone else, right? I'm laying her out like I lay anybody else out.
But I'm a gentleman, and I'd be like, oh, after you.
Which is probably more patronizing and horrible.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. It's like the least sexist thing to do would be do exactly what you would do to any other football player, because that's what she is out there. She's not a woman, she's a football player.
In all reality, I am completely 100% for if she can pull her weight and if she can actually play, by God, let her play.
And a bunch of coaches let her try out and decided she could.
Why not? Well, Steve. All right, we'll be back one more hour of the Daily Blender after this here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It is Raymond and Austin on All-Star Sports Radio. Our sportsbook and casino sponsor, BetUS.com, is celebrating their 30th year. The can't miss offer. 125% sign-up bonus and up to 30 risk-free bets.
It's called Bet Protect, and you can only get it from BetUS.com. An awesome offer for this season's wild plays.
Nice, like that infamous Tuck Rule back in 2002.
Tuck Rule, worst call in sports.
Man, you're like the old lady in the Titanic. It's been 21 years.
Hey, I'll be king of the world with Bet Protect. It's like having 30 get out of any Tuck Rule shenanigans in my back pocket.
But your back pocket is usually empty, bro.
Keep your shoulder pads on. Is there anything else about BetUS you haven't told me?
The less you know, the better. BetUS has live in-game betting, a 200% crypto sign-up bonus, and online casino for some blackjack.
You've been holding back.
Anyway, folks, get Bet Protect this football season. Visit BetUS.com for the industry's biggest 125% sign-up bonus and up to 30 risk-free bets. Or give them a call at 1-800-MY-BET-US to get started.
The NASCAR season will come to an end in Phoenix, but the championship weekend will last forever. 4 championship races in 3 days, all set against the stunning backdrop of the desert mountains. A Friday doubleheader under the lights, the Xfinity Championship on Saturday, and a Cup Series champion crowned on Sunday. It's a weekend you'll wish would never end. NASCAR Championship Weekend at Phoenix Raceway, November 3rd through the 5th. Get your tickets now at phoenixraceway.com.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
The new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium is here. Switch to my plan from Verizon at your local store today, and you'll get the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro on us with unlimited ultimate when you trade in any iPhone, any model, any condition. Guaranteed. Yep, even the old phone in your pocket right now. It's your Verizon. $999.99, 128 gigabyte only. Device payment purchase or full retail purchase with new smartphone line on unlimited ultimate plan required. Less $1,000 trade-in or promo credit applied over 36 months. Promo credit ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. 0% APR.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. Your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rhodes in the control room. Ralph from Harmon Solar is here. You guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And I think everybody needs to, when you get a minute, check your backyards. Word is a sea lion has escaped from the zoo in New York City.
Oh, boy.
And, they are quick. They're fast. They can run on land almost as quick as a cheetah. But I guess there's been a lot of rain and stuff. So if you see a sea lion, don't keep the sea lion. They're not domesticated. You can't keep it in your pool. So
no, and they make a mess.
If you see a sea lion, tell somebody. I think that's on the poster. So
sea lion. Say something.
Sea lion, say something. Sea lion,
sea lion, say something.
Just call 911. Let's get caught up on the text line so we can move on to some other things. Chief Skull says Big George is going to use the college dance party competition as a this date in sports history at some point. Oh yeah, I'm sure I will have won it, and it'll be a historic moment that will be commemorated at some point. Thundar San Barbarian says, man, I got vision and the rest of the world wears bifocals or blindfolds if they have to watch the Blender on YouTube and account of the backgrounds being used by Jeffrey and Ralph. Okay, so what are you trying to say?
Yeah,
I don't know what you're trying to say. I think our backgrounds were awesome. So there. Blissful Hayes wants to know if that girl plays for Morehead State. Oh, stop. Moist One heard me say she gets plowed and that's the end of that.
Oh, wow.
I realized it the moment I said it. And I probably should have restated that. Jet says, Jeffrey said she'll be fine until she gets a bigger stick. But no, that was context, Jet. Come on. Hook'em Hottie says Deuce Vaughn is only 5'5", 170 pounds, and he's in the NFL.
Just saying that football players have never been smaller.
Yeah, but she's 145. I mean,
the
listen,
muscular structure is different. Come on.
I am not arguing. I am not arguing.
It's not that different.
It's
if
different.
she's good enough to play and she gets where she needs to get, let her keep going until somebody stops her. And that's the same thing for anybody who plays football. If you're good enough to get in there, play until somebody stops you.
I just hope these guys, because if she has any character whatsoever, she's going to say something if they're not hitting her when they have an assigned block to pick her up when she's moving in, to sack the quarterback or something like that. I hope somebody's just not taking it easy on her.
Yeah, I don't know. When I was in middle school, we would play pickup basketball, and I was guarding this one girl, and I kind of did the Olay defense, just let her pass. And she came up to me and she said, if you don't bleeping defend me, I will hit you. Oh, all right, cool. All right, fine. Fair enough, man. And I played defense the way I was going to play anybody else after that. But it's just, that's the more disrespectful thing to do, is to be like, no, I can't do this. No, this person is coming out here as a football player.
You don't want to disrespect, but you also, as a guy, it's in your head there, at least until it becomes a more normal thing. It's in your head. I don't want to hurt this gal. Baker's cocky hen says, hard to ignore the fact that bone density is different for her than a man.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, she's like 20 something. She didn't have osteoporosis. What are you talking about?
It's if you're in your 20s and you eat a healthy diet, it's like, okay, are men's bones dense? Yeah, but is it so drastic that she gets one hit and she's gonna snap in half? No, no.
Baker makes a good point. Says, imagine a dude hitting her like they hit Travis Hunter on the sideline. She did.
Yeah, but that happened because we're talking about FBS level football. We are talking about a different level of the game entirely. That you wouldn't have that in D3 football. Not that those guys aren't big, not that those guys can't hit or can't play. I understand that they can. I'm saying, but if they could hit people like that hit, they'd be at Colorado State. They wouldn't be at, I can't even remember the name of the school right now.
It was Morehead.
Thank you.
Blissful Hayes says, can you imagine how much excrement the male player will get from his teammates when the female player runs him down and tackles him?
Yeah.
No, you know what, Matt,
which is also a
wouldn't
shame
bother me.
because she made the team for a reason. A bunch of coaches were like, all right, look, she actually does something for this roster. You can't play her on every possession. It doesn't seem like she played every snap. Like there were key spots where, you know, the fact that they could use a speed rush from her was helpful to them. But it's not like they're playing her every snap.
You can ask her to block. You can ask her to tackle. You can ask her to parallel. No, not that.
Oh my God.
Oh boy.
Big George says, wow, that girl playing Division III football there. Yeah. You know, she really likes to get slammed. How many times has she been plowed by an offensive lineman? You didn't see any video, George. You're just saying dirty things. Jet says, damn women, always taking our jobs. No, I'm sorry. If you're trying to be on the Kurt Schilling line, you're going to have to say something about immigrants, not women. Let's see. Lost Toby says, I'm concerned about the Make-A-Wish kid in the Seahawks jersey in your stream. He looks like looks like he's going to kick some bucket any day now.
It's the shade of green. That's what Ralph's actually doing fine.
That may be the text.
That shade of green does that to people.
Don't excite Timmy.
Make-A-Wish kid. Holy crap.
A-Wings 22 says, Outkick? You're reading Outkick, Radio Pal? They employed Kurt Schilling. He just gave away teammates' cancer diagnosis. You know, they didn't even want that public. I wouldn't be reading Outkick. Oh, I didn't know I didn't even know that was a thing. Didn't even know he did it. You know. Oh, okay. Well, point taken. It just popped up on a feed, and I was like, "Oh, what's this?" Now it kind of makes more sense. Thanks, A-Wings 22. Let's see. The Jet says, "Is she Hispanic?" No, she's just a honky, just like me. Why? Well, yeah. What does it matter?
Just like, why did that come up?
Oh, the Jet was trying to say,
yeah,
look,
the Kurt Schilling thing,
taking our jobs. Yeah. Chief Skull says on the YouTube with oversized mic and black octagon shapes behind Ralph. I thought it was like Stephen Hawking reincarnated.
Oh my!
We are going today. Aren't
This
we?
is
it's Chief Skull. Yeah. Everybody's lining up.
That's like as bad as the thing you showed yesterday with the guy in the wheelchair and then the other person saying which one's a cheerleader.
And by the way, posted by the guy in the wheelchair.
Yeah, still same thing.
You know, it was, you know what this really reminds me of? Everybody's coming and taking a shot at Ralph. We were on the movie Airplane when they were all stewardess slapped, and everybody like lines up to slap the crazy person.
Yeah.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, will Colorado beat ASU by more than USC did? Wait, what? Didn't we already play you? We played
Colorado.
both.
No, we play Colorado next week.
Didn't we play Colorado?
No,
it's next week. Next week
is
is
next week.
It's here too. Yeah.
I wonder if we'll win that.
Good.
I wouldn't bet on it, but
you could.
It depends, because the thing is, Colorado's got a growing list of injuries.
Look, ASU played good last week. You guys are discounting ASU.
I'm not.
No,
I
I'm not
mean,
discounting.
When we look back at the week that was, I thought that was a step forward for this team. They've got to learn how to finish games and close things out. They played a good game. Kenny Dillingham came out with a really good game plan.
Yeah, they did a good job.
And part of it was, look, rely on the running game, keep the ball out of Caleb Williams' hands, and it was effective.
And they ran trick play after trick play, and that one kid, was it Scadaboo, whatever the
Cameron Scadaboo.
That kid's amazing. He was out there balling it every play, even when they were getting lit in the beginning.
Yeah, clearly the best player on the team
by far. He's better than the quarterback when he throws the ball. I mean, he was good.
Mr. Pringle says a female football player in college. I bet the Bears have her on the draft board already. You're probably right, Pringle. Hey, by the way, just so you know, if you're going to the Diamondbacks game this weekend, don't do this. I guess you know the idea is if we actually get into the wild card, we might play the Phillies, right? Well, the Phillies at their park, they've had to deny an emotional support animal. This person showed, sometimes they show up with a puppy, sometimes they'll show up with a cat or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, in Philadelphia, this guy showed up and they're like, no, sir, you can't have an emotional support alligator There's just you're not bringing that damn thing in here. It wasn't like a giant one. But it was, probably 4 or 5 feet long.
It's an alligator.
It was on a leash and a harness. Yeah, I can't argue.
Is it okay? Yeah. Does it still have alligator teeth? Then that's an issue. That's going to be a problem.
It says that Wally Gator is a working emotional support alligator, and he likes to hug him. He's like, oh, this gator loves hugs. Oh, the gator is imagining you underwater whenever it does that.
He was hugging people. They were letting him give hugs.
Gonna roll this son of a bitch right now. Oh, so I swear to God, if you don't give me another Cheeto, I'm gonna roll you right into the couch. So yeah, don't bring it. What is wrong with people with their damn emotional support animals?
If your emotional support animal isn't a dog, I just don't even believe you.
The emotional support of a gator is fear all the time.
Yeah, it's just like if I'm scared of the gator, maybe I can't worry about any of my other problems. But the thing is, with dogs can actually be trained to notice when someone's off and help them. Like that's the reason why they do train dogs for vets and stuff like that. An alligator is a dinosaur. It just is evolved to do nothing but try to eat you.
Yeah, and they smell like snakes.
Well,
that's true.
There's another animal that also doesn't give a damn about you, so I don't want to hear anything about emotional support.
Cats don't give a damn about you either.
Yeah, that's true. They're just waiting for you to die so they can eat you.
They want to eat your face.
I disagree with that.
Cats will eat your face.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
they're waiting. They're plotting your assassination.
They're not plotting anything.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah, I've got pictures of my cats. One of which is not with us anymore. She would sit around and plot my assassination. She would be sitting and she'd be sitting there. No, hell no, it was her before me. So she had to go.
I got a couple of cats. They're very silly.
Okay, they're silly, but they're plotting.
They're waiting.
I'm telling.
Trust me.
One of them can't plot. He's just dumb.
He wants you to think he's that way.
He's very stupid.
Got you fooled.
Yeah.
He's just from the time he was a kid, I bet he's very dumb.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, emotionally support yourself, you damn self people. Society has gotten soft. We need medication or animals to do anything.
I disagree. I think that if you're a person who thought I needed an emotional support animal and then picked the one that could kill you in your sleep, maybe you're not that soft. I don't know.
Scratch Me Because says, let Wally Gator in, you Santa hating city.
Yeah.
Boogie says Schrock is a registered support animal. Well, that makes sense. I mean, that's kangaroo. Kangaroos are sweet and
kangaroos are not sweet.
They're not sweet.
Kangaroos will absolutely beat your ass.
Yeah. Well, Schrock could whoop you, but Schrock also we keep a certain blood alcohol level there.
Kangaroos are mean some bitches. Yeah. What?
She Skull just sent me a picture of a very angry cat saying, "This is plotting." That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hefty Lefty, well done. He says, I'd walk in with my emotional support ribeye.
There was a guy that tried to get in somewhere with his emotional support 6-pack of beers, and I can't remember the full story there, but
I feel like that's a legit.
They did deny him, but they shouldn't have.
Big George says, Ralph, you look like you could use some protein there. You look like Tom Hanks at the end of Castaway right before he got rescued. You got to eat some meat there, Ralph. What are you talking about?
What? You got a filter on? Take the filter off.
Yeah, I think you're not wearing a t-shirt under your jersey, so it looks like the jersey's a bit bigger.
Look, if I take this thing off, you're going to see the cuts in my shoulder, and you're going to go, damn, I have huge shoulders.
Have you had surgery recently?
Shoulder? No, I cut myself with a blade.
I was going to say shaving. Shaving so that evening dress wouldn't look awkward later, I guess.
It still will.
We have a new texter here on the text line, 2486. Says, that girl can probably play football better than me and kick my butt, but I bet I make a better sandwich than she does.
Okay.
That's very interesting. We have now more questions than answers about 2486. Go ahead and let us know something about you. And if you need some help picking a text or nickname, we can help you with that. We got some good ones sitting on the standby. But
well, apparently 2486 makes a mean sandwich. So there's that.
Yeah.
It should be between the buns.
Well, how did you go right to the between the buns?
It's a sandwich.
We don't know if this is a male or a female.
Doesn't matter. It's still buns.
What if it's somebody who works at Subway? I don't know.
Perfect.
Let's find out. 2486. Nice
What
to
if
meet
it's
you.
between two slices of toast? Those aren't
6
buns.
incher or 12 incher or whatever you
You're,
want.
you're just making a lot of assumptions right now.
I am.
6 incher between the buns.
I don't think that we're going to get away with that one. Happy Lefty says, I eat my feelings.
I eat my feelings.
I eat other people's feelings. Hamilton Porter says, have you not seen the video of the kangaroo that puts the dog in the headlock?
Yeah.
Kangaroos suck.
It's an awesome video.
I mean, listen, I get it.
Where the guy-
Kangaroos, they do look like,
Guy invites him up.
you know, they do look like deer that have been to prison and then walk around on their back feet. But, you know, don't ruin kangaroos for me. Thundar the Santa Barbarian, yes, I've heard of boxing kangaroos. Yeah, and then they are mean SOBs, but that's not our schrock, is it, Boogie? That is not our schrock.
Okay.
He says, man, I got vision and I read that one. Berg says, hey, one of the OC players sat next to me on the plane in the middle seat, was served the wrong drink he ordered. Seemed like a decent guy, but I guess when you're in a poverty league, you get treated like it.
Wow. What did the USL ever do? Like, these are guys that
That's a good point. What did they ever do?
What wanted to play professional soccer, and this is the level that they made, and so they're trying to do the best they can. It's like a guy. Are you going to make fun of a guy that's playing AA baseball and that's kind of his career? Like, he never gets called to the majors? No. So what are we doing?
You haven't met Berg, and the answer is yes, he would.
Okay, that's true.
Absolutely.
But shame on you, Berg.
No, you just should have went right there. It would have been quicker. Shame on you, Berg. Boogie says floppy roast beef. Huh?
For a Texan nickname?
Oh, that's a very good. Yeah, I get what you're going there. 2486. I wonder what happened to your name. It's Cohen's kiddo. That's who this was. He says, I must have fallen out of the system. Been a while since I texted. I shall rename myself Ham Sandwich. Do we let him rename himself? Because I didn't let somebody else rename themselves. But then since
Cohen.
Well, I know a good Cohen and I know a bad Cohen. What do you say, Randy? Let him call himself Ham Sandwich?
Sure, why not?
I like Ham Sandwich. We'll put Ham Sandwich in there.
It's a great.
There's nothing wrong with
nickname.
ham sandwich,
and it's a great food. Top tier food.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm hungry for a ham sandwich.
Yeah, me too.
Little girl ate all the ham in the house. She just walked over there and just started just eating the ham. She says, you know, Jeffrey. And she started talking to me like she was a 35-year-old woman. She's like, I learned something. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm listening. She says, if you ever, want a nice treat, you crush some spicy chips and then you drop some ham into it and kind of rub it around there and just eat the ham like that. I was like, that's pretty expensive ham right there, right?
The thing is, it's easier to eat way more ham than usual.
Yeah,
if you don't eat it with bread.
I just watched my lunch disappear, and she's all like,
"Have you tried the chips?"
It's a nice. That's a nice treat there. But I guess I'll have peanut butter and jelly there. She's like she had just invented something, and she's just like, "Cheers to you." All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we got some various stuff to talk about. I've got basketball, I got football. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brett Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. The best way to start betting smarter is to sign up for a free VSiN subscription at vsin.com/subscribe. That's vsin.com/subscribe.
Major League Baseball heading into the final weekend of the season. The Baltimore Orioles, who captured the American League East on Thursday night, are the betting favorites to win the American League pennant at plus 260. The Texas Rangers, who are on top of the AL West, are plus 310. The Houston Astros, who are currently in a wild card spot, at plus 550. Tampa Bay also 550, and the Minnesota Twins, who won the Central, are plus 700. Over in the National League, the Atlanta Braves have home field advantage through the NL playoffs. They're plus 130. The Dodgers plus 195, Philadelphia plus 600. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at gawon'twait.com. That's gawon'twait.com.
Hey, Jeffrey O'Brien here. And listen, a lot of us play fantasy football this time of year, and it's fun. But what you should be playing is fantasy electric bills. What's that? It's where you get with Harman Solar, and they save you over 80% off your electric bill every month. Then each time you open up that bill, you're going to feel like you just won a championship. Call Harman Solar today. Get a free estimate. 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmansolar.com.
The new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium is here. Switch to my plan from Verizon at your local store today, and you'll get the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro on us with unlimited ultimate when you trade in any iPhone, any model, any condition. Guaranteed. Yep, even the old phone in your pocket right now. It's your Verizon. $999.99, 128 gigabyte only. Device payment purchase or full retail purchase with new smartphone line on unlimited ultimate plan required. Less $1,000 trade-in or promo credit applied over 36 months. Promo credit ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. 0% APR.
Greg Clark Automotive trained certified technicians located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue, servicing Valley automobiles 44 summers now, offering our summer cooling system inspection diagnosis on the belts, water pump, radiator, and hoses. Every air conditioning service includes a dye injection to find leaks. Contact us today at 602-246-2881 and online at gregclarkautomotive.com. Mention 1580 and get 10% off of labor.
Are you ready for the NFL season? Are you ready to win $1,580 in cold hard cash? Sign up today for the Harman Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. Get over to 1580thefanatic.com and sign up today. Someone needs to win this $1,580 first prize. Why not you? Finish in second place. Cha-ching! You win $500. The Harman Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. Sign up today at 1580thefanatic.com.
It's Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. People got kind of punny about little girl here in the house using the $8 a pound ham as a snack to soak up Taki chips dust. Hefty Lefty says, all right, Hannibal Lecter. Silver Pop says, Hambo. And yeah, here's the thing, that's fine. Yeah, eat whatever. I told my wife, I says, you just get me like a pack of cheap ham. I don't need I don't need the expensive ham. I let other people have that as a delectable treat. I ain't that picky. Is there some food or something you're like, I got to have this, the best of the best, or else I just forget about it? Yeah. What's yours, Ralph?
Prosciutto, which is basically Italian ham, and it's about $15 to $20 a pound.
Thinly sliced, it's aged.
Are you making sandwiches out of that?
Oh yeah, you get a really good Italian roll. You get prosciutto, maybe even a little bit of mortadella. It's imported in from Italy. Stuff's amazing.
Now, how about you, Randy? What's that one ingredient where you're like, yeah, I gotta have the good stuff?
Cottage cheese.
You just said cottage cheese, so you felt like
I got to have Shamrock cottage cheese.
Didn't sound like that.
That's the best cottage cheese. When I'm going to eat cottage cheese, it's got to be Shamrock.
All right, fair enough. Keon?
I'm a really big fan of the boar's head beef there.
Ooh, you gotta like that.
It's just really good, and you get yourself a nice sandwich. Oh,
that's the thing. I guess we all have our thing like that, and I guess you here at the house is the ham. But for me, it's make sure you take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Don't skimp on the toilet paper. You know what I mean? Don't buy stuff your fingers are going to go through. Just get yourself something good.
It's worth the money.
That's a true story. I had one. I like the Angel Soft, and a lot of people think that stuff is horrific. My fingers don't go through it, so that's a plus. And I like a good aggressive wipe so that I'm done. And
I'm sitting here talking high-end food, and you talk Angels.
Well, no, I'm getting you there. And
Yeah.
so I go through the line, and I think I'm like 40 when I walk through the line, and the lady goes, "Oh, sweetheart, you got to like yourself more than this." And she started like, "You should go back there and get you some Charmin or some Northern." I'm like, "No, I like this stuff." She's like, "I know. If you need some help, I've got some extra money." I'm like, "What the hell?" I'm just
Wow.
For one thing, the fact I'm only buying toilet paper should tell you I don't feel like talking. I'm in a hurry. I have things to do.
Clearly, I have something I need to do.
And maybe from her point of view, it's like, I don't care if you have things to do. You need to be nicer to yourself.
I mean, yeah, I was single at the time, and she was trying to mother me there.
So did you got hooked on the Angel Soft? Is that how that happened?
I like the Angel Soft. Gets the job done. Some of these other ones just nothing worse than the finger going through.
No.
I've never had that. I'm
Oh,
a very cheap person, but I will spend top dollar on toilet paper.
Yeah, no, Angel Soft, your finger won't go through, but like Cottonelle, it will.
Yeah. Oh,
if you're not careful. Anyway.
Yeah, you got to watch out for the Cottonelle.
Yeah. Pringle's like, great, thank you. Very interesting toilet paper story there. Thank you. Fantastic.
You're like, yeah, what ingredient do you have that you can't live without
I'm
the
just
best?
saying about how you splurge on stuff.
Do you have a food before it gets to the toilet paper part? Do you have
Yeah,
a
I
food?
do. I do steak.
Yeah, we were all waiting for you to give us a food.
Yeah,
and
you
then you
went to
went
the after.
straight to the toilet paper.
You
We were
went
like,
to the post food.
No, for me, it's and my wife is on the same page. It's we go to Safeway for the steak. You don't go to Fry's for the steak. You go to Safeway for the steak, or a good meat shop. There's no point in getting garbage steak.
Agreed.
There was just no reason to do that in the first place.
I go to when we do brats, I got to have Johnsonville brats.
Johnsonville all day, every day,
and they've got to be the beer brats. I can't have Clyde's brats that are on sale 49 cents this week. No, I can't have that. Kim knows that. And like ketchup, it's got to be Heinz ketchup. I can't have Hunt's.
Yeah, there's some things you can't.
Hunt's tastes
generic.
like spaghetti sauce. Really bad spaghetti sauce that you would have like at school. The lunch lady would, sir, here's your spaghetti and here's some sauce. And just out on your page.
And it's the ratio is clearly 3 parts water to 1 part tomato.
And it would separate on your plate. Just kind of the water would kind of go over here. Yeah.
Do you do a certain ice cream or a certain chocolate sauce on top of it?
Me?
Anybody?
There's always Hershey's. It's always Hershey's. You don't
See,
go generic on that.
I do Bosco. You have to have Bosco.
Bosco.
I don't think I've had Bosco.
Yeah, you look that up. That's a chocolate.
That's an ice cream, or is that a sauce?
That's a chocolate sauce. Chocolate syrup.
Bruno Baller says Randy doesn't like the gallon jug of Kirkland ketchup from Costco, I guess.
No.
And he says, by the way, I thought when it came to toilet paper, we're supposed to sing about it, not talk about it. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that ad. Scratch Me Because says I quit toilet paper for baby wipes years ago. Changed my life.
Well, there's that.
I kind of want to change your text or nickname to Wet Butt. If you're
there is that. I had those dude wipes that Ron gave me years ago.
You can't flush those, can you?
Yeah, you can't do that.
I don't.
Some you can, I think.
Yeah,
there are some you can.
I know that there are some they designed to come apart
Just
easily
get a
when you
bidet if you're
flush
gonna
it.
do that.
Yeah.
I don't know if the dude wipes are like
You
that,
have a
though.
good day.
Can I tell you? I tell you what. I don't use the moisture. But in an emergency, then maybe I'll grab one of them baby wipe things. You know what I'm saying? The emergency where it just doesn't stop. It doesn't. You know what I'm saying?
You got things to do. You can't stay there all day.
It just doesn't stop.
Right.
Per the Goog, dude wipes are made out of plant fibers, and therefore you can flush them.
Yeah, some of those things are hell on a septic tank too, though. I don't know. Blissful Hayes says, I'm going to really try to change the direction here. I really enjoy a ribeye steak. He says with A1 steak sauce.
Oh, well, okay.
Just ruined it.
5-minute penalty. Bissell Hayes. Oh, dear God. Why do you hate
Wow.
yourself?
Blissful Hayes, what are you doing?
Either love yourself more or eat better steak.
That was the thing. The little girl, she's like, I like A1. I'm like, not in this house. She's like, can we get some? Nope. And don't even try to sneak it in here.
A1's for your hamburger.
Exactly. For people who don't know how to cook steak correctly.
Yeah, I'll throw a little A1 in a burger, but on
Miss
a steak.
Kim and I had some beautiful filet mignon last weekend, and oh my God, it didn't need anything. I lightly salt and peppered it, and we put that on the Vision, 650 degrees, 1 minute. I rotated it, and then I flipped it. Oh my! About 3 minutes, that baby was done. Put a little compound butter on there.
Gosh, that sounds good. Where'd you get that? Where'd you get the meat?
Well, we go to this. There's this. Kim has found this place. It's a dairy where they have these. They're like hybrid. What am I thinking of? Kobe beef.
Oh.
And so you can go into the store there, and we buy. I get my briskets there. I get my tri-tips there. Get ribs there. You can get filet mignon there. Oh yeah, it's good. Good stuff. And it's a hybrid Kobe, so it's got that kind of fat intermingled in there. Just delish.
Boogie wants everybody to know that Schrock, the kangaroo that we co-own, is a gentle beast. He's a lover, not a fighter. What do you mean he's a lover? Okay, I don't want to know. Don't want to know. Dr. Danger says that gator can provide some arch support as a pair of boots, or a belt or a wallet. If it comes down to it, you do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Hamilton Porter says, who has the better chance to pull the upset this weekend, ASU or U of A? Well, that's a good question. I know the answer. Don't be nice. Just say it.
Wait, no. Who's ASU playing again? Just having a massive brain fart. Cal.
Cal's beatable.
Yeah, it's ASU.
Okay, thank you. Chief Skull says
U of A is playing Washington.
Yeah, they're not going to be.
They have a quarterback who will be in the NFL around this time next year. Not a chance.
Chief Skull says he thinks the Berg might have accidentally had some mustard and it made him salty. He didn't accidentally. He lost a bet, and I got video of him coming in our studio eating a hot dog with mustard on it.
Oh, man. He must have been miserable.
That might have been what created Evil Berg. That's his origin story. Baker's Cocky Hen says, my picky thing is I only settle for double D's or larger.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, I mean, your workout regimen is going to reflect what you want, I guess. Big George says, Jeffrey, you need to get those Cottonelle aloe wipes. I don't want.
Wait. We don't have to start adding ingredients to that.
Yeah.
Just the toilet paper is fine for me.
I'm good. Except for the days where, you're like, this is never going to stop. Ziggy says, Midwestern Meats has the best brats. Tiger Paws says, Ralph must have some Midwestern roots to know about Bosco.
New York roots. Yeah.
Swave Dave says, hey, if you're going to use a steak sauce, use Lee and Perrine's. Good on pork chops. Happy weekend. Pour me a tall one.
Lee and Perrine's steak sauce. And
see, I don't use steak sauce. How am I going to know how to pronounce that crap? So remember we've talked about load management. NBA, Randy, take it easy. We've talked about, load management. And, Mark Cuban's an idiot about what he thinks. You know what he says? He says it's the gamblers, not the fans, who are griping about NBA load management. Could you be completely wrong?
This is a guy that has just got a lot of money and he is out of touch with the common person.
Totally out of touch. And bettors understand the load management. They know what's going on with that, and they will bet accordingly. And they're not getting shocked by somebody not being on the court. They're already 10 steps ahead of all that mess. It's the fans who put out the money. They show up to a game and they're like, what the hell? Or they bought the tickets in advance. Even if you know in advance, okay, let's say 10 days away from a game, you find out so-and-so's not going to play. Well, the bettor doesn't care. He's just like, well, I just want to make a bet. But the guy who took time off from work and paid the money for the tickets, even with some notice, is going to be like, crap. It messes with the general fans 100 times more than it would mess with a better.
I know that Mark Cuban is a guy that has spent a lot of money on his stadium and has tried to make that as first class an experience as he can. But people still don't go to that stadium because the stadium's nice. You go out there to see players play. And yeah, it sucks if a Dallas fan were to go to a Mavs game and it's one of the days where Luka has load management, because that's what you paid to see is Luka Doncic, drop 35 on somebody.
Yeah, and he thinks that everybody is okay with Luka Doncic, who hasn't played more than 70 games since his rookie season. If it's one of the games where you have showed up right there to see him play a home game and you're feeling ripped off. People feel ripped off when they don't get to see the stars play. If it's a legit injury, you're like, all right, I get it. But when it's load management trying to freshen somebody up for the playoffs, that ain't great. It ain't great.
If you're a parent, you show up with a couple of kids, that's 3 tickets.
Well,
then you got to pay
ticket.
for parking. And then you
$179 is the average ticket price for the Mavericks.
I mean, that's wow. Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable. 3 of those, then you still have to pay for parking. Then you have to pay for food, because there's no way if you're taking kids that they're not going to want to eat. So you got to pay for that. I mean, it's just, there's no way that all of that money being spent, and then you go out there and you sit down and watch anybody but Luka play. That you're not going to be happy about that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's just out of touch to
Mark
say that.
Cuban, he's not just dumb. He's also getting creepy in his old age. He's sitting there. He's like, he saw what happened with the Taylor Swift and the Travis Kelce. And he's like, hey, Taylor, if you're listening, sorry, Travis, but break up with Travis Kelce. I got a bunch of good looking single guys who play for the Dallas Mavericks. I got you. Like, what are you doing, man? He wants Taylor Swift to show up for a game because with all the increase in ratings and everybody freaks out when Taylor Swift shows up. I don't know if he was trying to be funny or serious, but it was kind of creepy, And of course, Kelce was cool about it. He's like, hey, sign me a 10-day contract. I'll take care of that for you. By the way,
seasonal work in.
She will be at this next game, this game with the Jets. And,
God.
Well, listen, that she delivered big audience for Fox. When the little Swifties found out she was there, they tuned in just to catch a glimpse of her on there. And they got more than a few glimpses because they cut to that more than they do anything or anybody else.
This is one of those primetime games that somehow we should be able to get out of having to watch the Jets, that we're not able to get out of it. The Jets are not going to offer any resistance to the Chiefs. And so we're going to see so much Taylor Swift. It's going to be unbelievable.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, it doesn't do anything for us, but 300,000 more fans showing up to watch a game or follow somebody on the InstaFace or whatever. And then, the Jason Kelce, Travis Kelce podcast, it's a lot of fun. And these guys are actually pretty good broadcasters right there. But after that game, Travis Kelce, his searches on him increased by 1,300% on the Spotify where they have the podcast. So, as far as listens go and everything else, just through the damn roof. So, yeah, it's going to get it's already at annoying level for everybody else, but the numbers are undeniable. All these little teenage girls or soccer moms. Who listens to her anyway?
I don't get what the deal is with her. Why is she so popular? Did this just happen overnight or what?
She makes catchy pop music.
She might be talented.
Pop singer. It's like it came out of nowhere where all of a sudden just exploded and all you ever hear about is her. It's like,
I don't
she's
know.
been around.
I don't know if it came out
She's
of
been
nowhere.
around for a while.
But has she really been this popular?
I will
Yes.
support her in everything
Really?
she does if
Yeah.
she promises to stop showing up in movies I'm trying to watch.
Like
Good God, she's a
literally
bad actress.
4 years in a row for the last 4 years, people were like, so is Taylor going to do a Super Bowl halftime show?
Really?
And she said no, like she's just not going to do it. I mean, you kind of have to pay for your spot at the Super Bowl. What does she have to gain? But she decided she wasn't going to do it. But she's big enough. Yeah,
She's gonna change her mind now because she's dating an NFL guy.
I have no idea.
Mm.
We're not going to get her in this one.
A lot of people are saying, "Oh, it's just a stunt." She does not need a stunt. So there's no way she just decided to gift Travis Kelce a stunt, or the NFL. She makes billions of dollars off of her concert tour that she was just on. She is not in need of a stunt. So no, I think it's legit. They started quietly dating each other. I think that where they made the mistake is letting it become the least bit public. I think that's going to probably kill that relationship pretty quick.
The thing is, like, I don't know how they can keep it private. Like the Swifties are some crazy fans. There's no getting around it. Like, they are intense, and every move she makes, like, they're watching and they can't wait to figure stuff out. And it's wild, but yeah, I don't know how you would keep it a secret.
At any level, it is hard to keep. Ralph's wife was really hoping that he would keep their relationship secret, but he blurted it right out.
But Jeffrey, that was for another reason.
What was that reason?
It was her self-respect.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
My dad has a cold, but also has high blood pressure. That's why I got him Vicks NyQuil High Blood Pressure for fast, powerful nighttime relief. Unlike some ordinary cold medicines, it's specially formulated for people like my dad. NyQuil High Blood Pressure is sugar-free, alcohol-free, and decongestant-free.
Vicks NyQuil High Blood Pressure. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, cold, and flu for people with high blood pressure.
Like my dad.
Medicine. Use as directed.
If you're an agent or broker in group benefits, get ready to learn about an exciting and innovative new program to offer your clients. Eternal Benefit is now offering the first pre-planning program that's available as a payroll deduction and allows benefits for the entire family. Our pre-planning program can include coverage for yourself, your spouse, plus your immediate family, including parents, children, grandparents, and even aunts, uncles, and cousins. Looking for a great reason to contact your clients? This is it. No more meetings where you have nothing new to offer. Eternal Benefit plans lock in and provide for funeral and burial expenses regardless of price increases. Employees can now take care of their family member without pressure. Choose from hundreds of funeral homes and cemeteries. Plans are completely transferable. Even if your clients move to another state, the program pays some of the highest commissions in the group benefits area. Find out more. Go to eternalbenefit.com. That's eternalbenefit.com or call 602-315-2574. Eternalbenefit.com. That's eternalbenefit.com or call 602-315-2574.
Sun Devil football returns to Mountain America Stadium to take on the Coach Prime-led Colorado Buffaloes Saturday, October 7th for ASU's Hall of Fame game. An incredible class of Sun Devil legends will be honored at halftime for their induction into the Sun Devil Athletics Hall of Fame, including Phoenix area product and NFL veteran Sean McDonald. Get your ASU Colorado tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Greg Clark Automotive trains certified technicians located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue, servicing Valley automobiles 44 summers now, offering our summer cooling system inspection diagnosis on the belts, water pump, radiator, and hoses. Every air conditioning service includes a dye injection to find leaks. Contact us today at 602-246-2881. And online at gregclarkautomotive.com. Mention 1580 and get 10% off of labor.
It's Raymond and Austin. We're back on All Star Sports Radio, celebrating their 30th year. Our sportsbook and casino sponsor, BetUS.com, is offering a 125% sign-up bonus plus up to 30 risk-free bets.
It's called Bet Protect, the perfect offer for crazy plays, like the famous butt fumble. It's the GOAT of embarrassing plays.
Really, remember when you bet me you could do a live show with a GOAT as your co-host and he face-kicked you?
Thankfully, I didn't take the under on that one.
Anyway, folks, get Bet Protect today. The industry's biggest 125% sign-up bonus plus up to 30 risk-free bets. BetUS.com, where the game begins.
Before becoming a professional announcer, I took the announcer oath, which forbids me from misleading listeners.
Just wrap your heads around the reality of that.
That means I speak the truth when I say you can listen to us on your smart speaker. Just say, listen to 1580 The Fanatic.
A very active text line here on the Daily Blender, and we got to get to all these texts. But before I do, though, I do want to ask if this is real or not, because I hope it is. I hope this is real. I saw this, and I need somebody to tell me if this is real. This is from Dan Campbell, who this is a quote. It was on a picture, and I didn't know if it was real. So he says, squaring up Pete Carroll, he's a man I think I could easily defeat in hand-to-hand combat. Before the game, we shook hands, and I whispered, let's leave the boys out of this and settle this mano a mano. Just you and me, jabroni, shirtless, with Kenny Loggins blasting over the stadium speakers. And Pete Carroll just laughed and said, good luck, Dan. So we ended up playing the football game like effing cowards. And it was a quote of Dan Campbell on fighting to the death in the name of player safety. I hope this is true. I hope it's true.
It's not.
But I need somebody to check that for me.
Come on, man.
It's not true.
It sounds like it's true to me.
You didn't even look anything up.
I mean, I'm in the process of
Sounds
doing
like
it.
it's true to me. I mean,
I want this
Nothing's true about
verified.
Nothing's true about that.
Because that would be amazing. He
And
seems
then-
like the guy who would, though. You have to admit, you're not 100% sure it's not true.
I am 100%.
I don't think so.
I am. I'm with Ralph.
It's not who he is. He would never say that.
I
Who,
think
Pete
too much
Carroll
respect.
He has too
or
much
Dan
respect
Campbell?
for Pete Carroll.
Dan Campbell. Well, not just the respect, but also like Dan Campbell was a player. The idea that Dan Campbell would prefer to fight Pete Carroll
Right.
than let his
You know what?
players play is what?
I
What?
don't-
I have a
That's
lot
not
of
even-
respect for Randy, but if it was down to it, Randy knows damn well I'd say something like that.
You don't talk to a legend like that.
I talk to anybody I want like that.
I understand your teams have never been run by legends before, but you just don't talk to a legend like
We're just talking about it just in general. Just in general, Ralph.
Yeah, the quote is from a site called the Sports Memery. So
Memery.
I'm gonna go with no.
Are you sure you pronounced that right? It might have been memory.
Well, memory has
something
an
you said.
memory has an O, so maybe they misspelled it. But if they misspelled it their own website name, then maybe we're not dealing with credible people.
Did you ever randomly just smell poop?
yes.
No. I don't
Not
think
since
it's
my,
I
not
don't
since
think it's
my
a good
kids
sign.
moved out though.
Somebody better check the dogs here. Let's get caught up on the text line. Number one Rattler fan says, my choice of toilet paper, Chipotle napkins.
Well, hey,
Says-
you can't go wrong
Yeah,
there.
I mean, that's more of an emergency situation on account of having eaten Chipotle.
He sent me a picture of one, unused. It says,
I-
this napkin is made with 100% recycled paper.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true, but that it also that napkin that's a rough napkin. That's all I'm going to say.
Gonna burn you up.
I would not use that on
All those
me.
dimples help get you clean though.
I figure you, you're done.
Effective, I'm sure, but
Yeah.
also
Really effective. That's science, man.
That's what you should want out of a toilet
Science.
paper.
no, because I don't like wiping with
I mean,
sand.
when you go in for the clean, I mean, you want some dimple power.
I want
You
one
want some
pass
scrubbing.
done.
Yeah, scrubbing bubbles. I mean, you want that
Yeah.
whole 9 yards, man.
Yeah.
I think you want scrubbing bubbles.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that would tickle. Hookamati says, kind of funny for Mark Cuban to say all that, what he said, since his team plays in a state that doesn't allow betting. Well, clearly he doesn't know what he's talking about if he thinks the bettors complain about load management more than regular people. Totally backwards. Rough Rob says, I want my money back, Mark Cuban. I want my money back.
And hell, not even money. Like sometimes it's just your time. Like you know, game is going to be on TNT. You're excited about the matchup. You get home from work, you sit down, and then it's load management. One team has their full roster. The other team is benching all their stars. So it's just a blowout. You just what are you even watching the game for? It tells you nothing.
Swave Dave says, Randy, I got a smoking deal on brisket last week. Never smoked one yet. What's a good rub to put on that thing?
Well, I mean, you don't want to overdo it. If you are asking me, I don't want to put a bunch of rub on there. I'm going to put some pepper and some coarse salt, and I'm going to let that sit out and make sure it's room temperature before you put it on your device, whatever it is, whatever your barbecue device is, and then low and slow, 225 degrees, and just let it sit there. Have yourself a lot of beer on hand, and enjoy the brisket later on. Start early in the morning, so you can eat it at dinner time.
Big George says the NFL really needs to change their flex rules again. He says it's BS. The Jets have all these primetime games when they stink. They don't even have Aaron Rodgers. Well, the Cardinals they're an exciting up and coming team. Cardinals and 49ers game should be on Sunday Night Football, not Chiefs and Jets.
Yeah.
No,
I agree.
I
agree.
don't know about
That's a damn
Cardinals
good call.
49ers, but
That's
I will
a
say
damn good call.
that if you had put any of the other Cardinals games in prime time, it would be, if you swapped out all the Jets games with the Cardinals games we've seen so far, they'd be better games. The Jets are just horrible.
Boogie says the Detroit Lions are winning the Super Bowl.
Oh boy!
Now, you
And
know
who's
what?
the biggest Swiftie in the studio?
It's the truest sentence he's ever said it's the truest that sentence has ever been.
I'm guessing Ralph is the biggest Swiftie in the studio.
No, I'm not. I don't even really know any one of her songs.
It doesn't take very much, I guess, since
I couldn't name him your songs either. Randy, are you a Swiftie?
No. What's this? Oh, that's a Taylor Swift. No.
Being able to name one of her songs doesn't
Keon.
even make you a Swiftie.
It's Keon.
I
Keon
think
is the biggest Swiftie within the studio.
He can name her songs.
Yeah.
I could name a couple.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's more than us.
Mr. Pringle says
I don't know the words.
Keon is very knowledgeable about these Swifties.
Yeah, because I've been on the internet for a long time, and they are. You make a joke about Taylor Swift, man, they'll be on you like the white on rice, man. It is they are.
Promise.
They. Unfortunately, yeah. If you.
No, I've heard they'll straight up murder you.
I mean, they'll be in your DM saying the worst.
You think
things.
the soccer hooligans?
I have said this a number of times. There are some people in this world you don't want to tick off, and the Swifties and the Bayhive, which are the Beyonce fans, don't mess with those people. They don't do it. I promise you, it'll be a bad time.
Teriyaki says, Randy, any opinion on Talladega being in the playoffs?
I like it because I think it's a wild card race, and I think it's one of the great races of NASCAR. I am looking forward to the race this weekend, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I hope that everybody gets out of there okay and happy and safe.
What the hell kind of dog is that?
Is a Pit and American Bulldog.
Dang. He's got some sharp choppers right there.
He's sitting
He
in a
looks
chair.
like a good boy.
He's just like a human in a chair. That's what
He does
He's
look like
a
a good
boy.
How old is your dog there?
He's 5.5.
What's the dog's name?
Tex.
Tex. Okay, if Tex got past 4 years old without biting somebody's face off, then he's probably going to be okay.
Yeah, no, he's good.
Going to be a good boy.
He's a good
He's a
boy.
very friendly looking dog. Is he a friendly dog or is he a rip your throat
He's
out
too
dog?
friendly.
Oh.
You break in, he'll probably just lick you.
Bevo's in a licking phase. My wife says I'm salty. And I'm like, I'm not salty. But I think the dog just loves me. Bruno Baller says, remember when Kanye West ran out there on the stage when Taylor Swift was winning an award? It was like 1 million years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruno Baller says, hey, if they were going to flex this week, it'd be Bills and Dolphins. Yeah, you're correct.
You're
I
right.
think what's the other game? There was like 2 games that are good, and they're both
Bills and Dolphins, 49ers, Cardinals. Clearly, that's the 2 best games on the schedule this week.
It's going to ignore you right
I'm
now
still
for a
stunned.
second.
Bills and Dolphins is like a 10
you
a.m.
should.
game.
Yeah.
What was the
Uh,
other one? 10
it's
a.m.
killing me.
Seahawks Giants.
That's on Monday, you dweeb. I mean,
That is
you're
in
already
prime time.
time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1911, Philadelphia Phillies right-handed pitcher Pete Alexander set the modern record for wins for a rookie when he beat the Pittsburgh Pirates at Forbes Field 7-4, recording his 28th victory of the season with a complete game effort. The 24-year-old freshman surpassed the previous mark established by Russ Ford, who won 26 games. Nobody gives a crap. All right.
What are you talking
Sorry,
about?
I lost interest.
A pitcher winning 28 games in a season?
I just lost.
Do you know how that'll never be broken?
No,
ever?
I'm good. I gave you the 28th guy. I just when he started talking about the second place guy, nobody cares about second place.
I mean,
26 games. Okay.
Big George is very detail oriented.
He is. I just lost interest in this one pretty fast.
No.
It's not his fault. Some
Sorry.
days in history aren't as interesting as other days. You know, I'm just saying. By the way, I'm very happy to report the education of Anthony Richardson is going to continue this weekend. Anthony Richardson is going to play. Nobody cares. Great. Okay.
Well, Deshaun Watson
I can tell you more about that guy from 1911 if you want. Just.
Well, I'm not going to change my pick. I still think the Blue Shoehorns are going to win.
No, I think I'm going to lose now.
I don't think
What?
it matters.
I think they're better with Minshew.
It doesn't even matter because we're not trying to win. We're not caring if we lose. It's
Why
just
not?
Anthony Richardson. We got to keep seeing
What's
him
your record?
get better.
2-1.
2-1.
Why aren't you interested? You're 2-1.
I want Anthony Richardson to learn. I
I-
don't care if we win.
Let him learn from the sideline.
I think the Colts. Well, you can't. He needs
that'd be good.
experience. It's not. It's not one of those situations where it's like
We don't have a storied veteran in front of him.
where you need the
Minshew.
guy who doesn't. I mean, he's not storied.
I mean,
He
I
is.
like
You're
I like
damn right
Minshew.
he's storied.
I like
like-
Minshew. Don't
I
get me
like
wrong.
him.
He's a good football
National
player.
treasure.
You
But
get
no,
Minshew in there with Taylor behind him. I think you guys have a good team.
Minshew's not the guy we need mentoring Anthony
But-
Richardson in depth.
Vegas has the game at a straight pick 'em. So don't know what that tells you.
Fifth letter says fight on, fight on, fight on.
That's right.
Is he singing a Taylor Swift song?
That's USC.
It sounds like
Fight
a Taylor
on.
Swift song. Bruno Baller says a rookie comes in the league now and wins 14 games. That is impressive. All right. So what were we doing? Oh, right. Gardner Minshew is not that storied veteran. He's a pretty cool guy. I don't mind him, but he's not great. He's not the guy you want to have sitting there with Anthony Richardson watching like this. In this, I'd rather see Anthony Richardson get on the job training than just sit there and watch a guy who's kind of okay. I mean, let's be honest. Gardner Minshew is kind of okay.
He needs to be starting somewhere. I think
he's not
good.
great.
He's good enough to start in this league.
Gardner
Think
Minshew
about
is-
some of the guys starting.
You're looking at a Jacoby Brissett level of play that's going to get you maybe a winning record.
one of the
and that's
greatest
all.
quarterbacks in all of football ever. He's a national treasure.
Is who?
Gardner Dan Minshew II.
He hasn't put up any kind of numbers that would actually verify that.
He doesn't have to.
Played with bad teams.
Low end starter, high end backup. That's where he's at.
He
I
walks
agree.
around and a great American bald eagles land on either shoulder. That's how great Gardner Minshew is.
I do appreciate Gardner Minshew. I do. I'm glad he's on the Colts. I don't mind at all. Yeah. Baker's Cocky Hen says, too bad it's not Jonathan Taylor Swift. Boo. And with that, we're going to go home. All right, fine. See you guys next Monday.